Okay. So I don't know if you guys ever heard of this little bot. It just kind of sits in the back. But I guess the other question is, are you guys okay with your voice being recorded?
Sure.
Yeah, I don't have an issue with it.
Okay.
I live in Delaware. I'm not allowed to have an issue with it. We are a one-party consent state.
We are good. We don't have any issue.
Okay. All right. Just gotta get these things out of the way initially. It really just kind of doesn't do anything. It just kind of sits there. I forget. I forget it's even there half the time. Okay. So I don't know if and when other people are gonna show up or not. So I think the only person I don't know, I haven't heard from is I'm trying to think. Someone changed their name. I think it's the Alexa LXIX. This person I don't know. I don't think
Oh,
any of you
that's
guys are.
me. That's me. I just changed my
Are you-
name. Sorry.
Okay. Just trying to double check. I think I'm missing one person. Shoot. Figure out who they all are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think 1, 2, 3, 4 of you. I'm missing. I think I might be missing one of you. I'm missing somebody. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out who this is. But the Tellers is not. Are one of you named Tellers? You're not here, are you? No, I think that must be who I'm missing. Okay. So we're just gonna try to wait a minute, but we could kind of get started in the meantime. Okay. So I guess So another good. Oh yeah. Here's my person I know. Hey, how's it going?
What's going on? Getting everything pulled up.
Yeah, I think I have one more person that I know, but on here, but I don't know if that person's gonna show up or not. I think we're just gonna kind of get started.
Often.
Okay. So. So I guess another question I'll ask is, who here has played the Fallout D20 system before?
Not I.
I've played very briefly.
I, of
Few
course, have
sessions.
played.
I have not.
I've played a little Conan. That's 2D20, but that was the first one they made, so not Fallout.
Okay. All right. I just curious. You don't have to have known the system. I'm still kind of new to it a bit. I did about kind of like a mini campaign, but I think about like maybe 6 sessions worth of playing. So I've kind of learned. I've learned like a lot of the basics, but I'm still working it out more myself. Okay. So I guess so another good question to start out with is, how familiar with Fallout is everybody here?
Extremely.
Yeah, I'm with it.
Goated series. Played most of the games.
I
Yeah.
played all but 2.
Yes,
Yeah.
tactics.
I could just not get into Fallout 2.
What?
Yeah, man. I just
Fallout 2 is the
couldn't get
best
into.
one. What are you
Nah,
talking about?
I got to the final boss and I
Fallout
was
2 is
like,
the
I can't
best
beat
Fallout.
this fucking dude. I hate it, and I just stopped playing.
That game, yeah, that game's really good.
He's a
yeah.
10 on every special stat. I was like, fuck
Oh,
that.
Frank Horgan?
Yeah, fuck Frank.
Okay. Okay. All right. Good to hear. Okay. So again, I don't know. If the other person shows up, then we'll just kind of fill the person in. Oh, well, yeah, we'll get going. So I guess okay. So this is kind of like a session 0. I was just gonna kind of go just. I did like everybody kind of gets together. We kind of meet each other a bit. We can talk about our characters, some basic expectations or guidelines for the campaign. I do have a very small like little like a little adventure we could try going through. Kind of test the system out a little bit. But yeah, okay, it's like almost like, was it like going to like a little high school or something? We could just kind of, I guess we could go, maybe we could go in order, and maybe we could just like, I don't know, we could say your name or some basic about your character you built, or just something interesting about yourself, and we could just kind of introduce ourselves a little bit. Try to figure out the best turn order. I know there's a. We could just start at the top and go like left, right, left, right. If that, I mean, I guess top would be I don't know if everybody can see the same screen as everybody else. So I guess the first one, if you're up for it, I guess the first one would be I forget how to pronounce your name. Asosa.
So yeah, my name's Alex. My character in game, I'm just gonna reuse one that I made. His name is Chris Peterson. He is in NCR. I use the supplemental rulebook. So he's an NCR like trooper background. Effectively a mercenary loadout. Just shooting guns and punching people in the face is kind of where I'm going for it. Nothing too crazy. I played with Phil before. If you ever have a question about how the game works, I know a little bit. Be happy to help you out with something or tell you if something does or doesn't work. You can call. I guess I can just name my profile in the server. Crispy, and that'll help it. People identify who I am, or you can call me Alex. It doesn't really matter. Do we want to refer to each other by in-game names, or do we want to just call each other whatever?
That's a good question for, I guess, the party. I mean, we could have like a name, and depending on how comfortable people are using their first name or the name that you want to come up with. Because there's a player name and there's like a character name, right? I'm fine with both or either. But it's not. If you just go by your character name, it's fine.
Yeah, I updated it. You can see it. You can call me Crispy or you can call me Alex. It doesn't matter. I'll answer to anything. Just don't call me late. Except for today. I was a little late. But yeah. Small guns. This is kind of what my guy's going to be using. Maybe he might go punching a little bit too. But yeah.
Okay. So we could just go in order unless someone wants to go. Otherwise, so I think your next one is a Bondi St. Blues. Is that how you go by?
I mean, you can call me Nathan. I don't really give a shit. I'm not too private with everything. Are we sharing our screens?
I will eventually share screen. I use Tabletop Simulator, and it'll help us just kind of visualize stuff for when combat's going on. We'll go over the dice rolling thing too. Phil, are you using the same thing for dice rolling?
Yeah. Oh yeah. By the way, I'll say Crispy here is kind of like almost like a co-GM. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask him. He might even know more about this game probably than I do. So if you have any questions, feel free to ask him.
Crispy.
Yeah. But yeah, he also Crispy played in my other campaign of this, so he has an idea kind of how I like to do things. So okay, yeah, we'll go over all that stuff. But let's just probably I don't want to like dump you too much stuff initially. Let's just go. I'll let you go. You can keep going here, and then I'll figure all this stuff out.
I gotcha. Yeah, so I'm actually building my character sheet right now. I spent an hour looking through the rule book, and that was not enough time. But I'm
There's a lot.
going with yeah. So my character's name is Riley. I'm running him as a Brotherhood initiate. Also, I am in Germany, which is 1 a.m. right now, and I've got a wife and kids, so I'm talking quietly. If you guys can't hear me, just let me know.
Sound clear so far.
Very nice. Yeah, so I'm still working on it. So, but I don't have much else besides that.
Usually a minimum of 2 hours just to build the appearance of how the character looks. So, okay.
Gotta get the
Um,
facial structure good.
So I think most of you got this down. What I would prefer is that eventually when you get your character built, to just like do a screenshot of just like the character sheets and put them up, or you can even take a picture if you have do it in physical. Just like the link doesn't seem to work or load for me very good. So I think just about all of you have your sheets up. Okay, not too big of a deal. Okay, so we'll go to the next one. Okay, so if I can pronounce your guys' names, so is it John? Is that you go by?
I just go by John.
John?
Hey,
It's
what's
like a
up,
play on
guys?
words, like Don Juan. Sorry, go ahead. Continue.
Yeah, it means Mister, you know. But
Mr.
yeah.
John.
So John, 29 years old. A little bit about me. A couple years back, I was in the Army, combat medic for 5 years,
Thank
and
you,
that's
Keith.
really where I got started with TTRPGs. I played a 5th edition Pathfinder a bit, but I played this game a few sessions. It seemed cool to me. Character I'm playing as is called Slayer. He's a super mutant.
Nice.
Essentially, he saw Grognak the Barbarian comics, and he decided to emulate that. Losing the master after Mariposa left a big void in his heart. For background, he's been wandering the wastes for decades, and now he's been injured by Deathclaw. So, he's not the warrior he once was.
Sounds
Very
cool. Sounds cool. Okay. So let's see anything else. So the next person, your name is it Nick?
Yep, that's me. So I'm an old married dude. I've been DMing mostly D&D, but also Call of Cthulhu, and then a whole bunch of other things just to try out systems. Warhammer Fantasy Roleplay, Savage Worlds. Probably, again, I'm not one of those really obscure people who tries to find, the game that no one has ever heard of and only is played by like monks on an island off the coast of Greece. But yeah, I do tend to the more popular ones. A fair amount of Call of Cthulhu, honestly. I've been a big Fallout fan, and I always love a chance to play. So what I'm going to be pitching for the group is I'm going to be playing a full-blown illiterate tribal out of the borders between New Mexico, West Texas. Hates technology, won't touch it. Basically going to be doing your standard survival and melee in the dark type of character. It should be a lot of fun. So I'm going to just say his name is Stalking Prey. He's a 20-year-old, and we'll see how the game develops from there. So again, very excited for this system to see it in action.
Call of Cthulhu's sick. The last one I played, I got Shuttered Island in. It was wild. Good times.
Minimum of 5 characters die. No. No, so okay, so the next
Jesus.
person, I don't actually. I haven't really played it, but I've heard a lot. I've heard a lot about it, more than I've played. I played one like once. I did a one shot like 8 years ago. That's like my experience with it. Okay, so the next person. So your name is called Unwanted.
Yes. Okay. So let's see here. I like when I got the Texas thing, I was like, cool, this is like super similar to like the New Vegas. So I got a really big idea. I was like, I want to be an NCR Ranger or something similar to it. So I built Silas. He's supposed to be an NCR kind of like resident that was like working with like the militia or something like that. So he's I wanted to build him kind of like Ghost, like that one NPC that you find in the Ranger Outpost, where it's like, sniper, like really like long to medium range. I also didn't help that I was watching Trigun when I was when I found the posting. I was like, oh shit, I'm gonna make a sniper. So I'm 23. Um, you know, I go by Josh, but you can really call me anything. So that's about it.
Okay. All right. I think that's everybody. I'm going to miss anybody here. I don't know that other person is going to be here or not, but it is what it is. Oh yeah. So by the way, my name is Phil, which I'm sure everybody here knows. Yeah. I play a lot of tabletop role playing games on and off. I think since like 2011 roughly is when I first started. So I played a bunch of systems. I tried a bunch of stuff. Kind of found my way to online, doing it online. The past couple years. I feel like it works out pretty good. There's a huge pool of players versus you got your one local area versus you got like 100 times more. It's kind of cool. So yeah, I got like this. I built my own little game system on a different server, but I also really like Fallout. So I've been kind of messing around with this one. I feel like it runs pretty good and it's pretty smooth. I wasn't sure what to expect, but it works out pretty good. So that's a good thing at least. So yeah. Okay, so I guess we everybody did a little bit of introductions. So I guess one of the other questions or the other things that comes up is I guess we can go over what your like expectations or like guidelines or what do you I guess we could just do an order again. Otherwise I could ask you guys what do you expect for I guess either for yourself or for your character or from me or from like the group or like a basic rules because we can kind of go through some of this stuff here. We could just do it. We could just go through order again if you want. That way, it's kind of like somewhat logical. I guess I can start with you, Crispy. What do you think about this?
Yeah, well, I'm not like the strongest role player ever, but I do enjoy it. I would like to see if we're getting into role playing. Briefly there was another guy we played with who, similar to my own character, had 4 charisma but wanted to talk his way through anything. And I feel like if you are not charismatic, you probably shouldn't be able to do that. Now, I'm all for the GM, DM, whatever you want to call them, saying, "Hey, yeah, you can roll this, you can do whatever you want." But I also enjoy the rules as they are. Because if I don't have the rules, what do I have? Love combat. I think combat in this game is a whole lot of fun, even when you're losing. But yeah, I mean, I think I personally would like to try and maybe role play a little bit more. But I'd like to see, I guess, just everyone having fun. And if I ever try, if whatever I ever say or do makes things like unfun for you, don't just be like, "Hey, I don't want to play anymore," and peace out. Just message me. I'm a guy. Like, I'm an adult. You can talk to me. Say, "Hey, Crispy, don't be a dick. Let me do this thing," and I'll be like, "All right, cool, whatever." That makes any
Okay.
sense.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Do we all have like super low charisma? I have 4.
I am
Robot leader.
typically low. So I didn't. My lore, my guy. He's a weathered adventurer. He came out of a vault, got raided. He doesn't particularly like super mutants actually. So it'll be fun to have a super mutant companion. And due to my origins, I have 4 luck, but my trait gives me -1 to my luck points, so I'm not very lucky. And in spite of that, I've somehow lived this long, whether it's, bad luck getting me into all these fights or somehow really good luck surviving all of them. So yeah,
Nice.
so it'll be interesting. And my charisma being so low, it could start a lot of fights. And again, that could be attributed to my poor luck. And yet, I'm still here,
Glass half full type of guy. I like it.
Yeah. Hate super mutants, though, so this will be fun.
Okay. Yeah, I guess we can just go over it. Yeah. Let's see. We can go by first name. You can go by your character name. I don't know. So is it Nathan, right?
It sure is. Yeah.
I wrote them down. That's the only reason I remember it. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So, what is your thoughts about all this? Your expectations and guidelines and rules.
So I've never played a tabletop role playing game before. I've been interested in it for a long time, but like I've never had anyone in person to play with, so I don't really know what my expectations are. I guess my hope is just kind of have fun and kill some time. Um, I guess that'll develop as we get through this, but I do have a I have been told I have an abrasive personality, so like Crispy. If I step on anyone's toes or I say something that might upset somebody, just let me know. I'm like he said, I'm also I'm also an adult. So just let
We're
me know
adults,
and I
man.
can yeah, we're all adults. Just let me know so I can correct that behavior. Because obviously, like I want everyone to have fun as well. So yeah.
Yeah, I like that. Nice to meet you.
Okay. Yeah, and I think it's cool if people are like new. I mean,
I'm
I guess
telling
some new
you,
people.
once you learn, I love combat so much in this. That's why I like playing Baldur's Gate, because you can just go around and just combat everything. Combat's so much fun in this. Once you learn how it works, and you're like, oh man, this is gonna either suck for me or I'm gonna wreck something. It's a good time.
There we go. Okay, so I guess next in order is John. What is your thoughts?
My expectations, I think. Well, Texas doesn't really show up in the Fallout universe, right? So
Yeah yeah.
I would just like something, on the same tone in Fallout, because I know you have your own thing. I was looking through the server too, like the Lone Star Rangers. Like that's like a cool idea.
Yeah.
As for character,
There's some cool stuff there. Sorry.
you go ahead.
No. By all means, continue.
As for character, I do expect racism. I think it's cool. I think a lot of like mainstream tabletops is like really inclusive about different races, which doesn't really make sense. Like Warhammer,
Fantasy racism is
it's good. Like it's a good
yeah.
plot device.
It's fantasy racism.
Ah,
That's what it is.
the super mutant thing is gonna be amazing then.
So
Yeah,
I'm fine.
super
I'm
mutants
fine.
murdered my ball.
Yeah,
So I don't like super
completely
mutants.
valid. So
What's with this green skin here?
okay, he's actually gray. All right,
Gray skin.
damn
Yeah,
gray
that's
skin. Yeah,
cool. That's cool.
but I completely expect that, and I personally would enjoy it. Slayer is, the Slayer walks the waste. My favorite perk from Fallout 2, or the Slayer walks the earth. So he's basically, trying to be an emulator of Grognak Conan type. He's a wild person integrating. So it's kind of similar to Stalkick Prey, but he's still super mutant. I think that would be it.
I'm into it, man. I like it.
Oh, sorry. Another thing, like his backstory is, he's basically experiencing something he read in a comic book before, like him being saved by a small family. So he's basically like thinking this must be fate. He's the Slayer. That's basically his
Like it.
mindset.
Nice. Okay, so the next one would be Nick. What are your thoughts?
Well, my expectations are I have not had the best luck with long-running D&D / role-playing games, simply because, as the old joke is, the real killer is scheduling. That being said, assuming that everybody is here, that would be great. On the other hand, game-wise / rule expectations, I would say the big thing is I'm not really looking. I mean, first of all, it is Fallout, so it is clearly a Gonzo kind of thing. Again, it's not. It's not Call of Cthulhu. It's not. Ooh, what's. It's too bright in here. Let's turn out more lights. But that being said, I do prefer a more serious tone, serious players, as opposed to the like weird comedy type of games that you sometimes end up with, or drunk players falling asleep and falling out of their chairs. So that's, again, done this a while. So yeah, as I've gotten older, I've probably gone more into the serious side of things. And player character, he's very modeled on some of like the more tropey literary versions of again a tribal society. So it's going to be very much confused by technology, or antagonistic to technology, kind of a different ethos, more of like a warrior code type of thing, more animist based, less. But again, it's all in the Fallout, especially. What is it? Honest Hearts, right? Is that the New Vegas DLC?
Yes.
Yeah, so
Yeah, it's
that
one of them,
is
yeah.
that's the main inspiration for, again, like his culture. It's very unclear, how the various tribes of the Southwest would have functioned after being nuked, let's just say. But that's what we're shooting for, as I said. So I guess it doesn't really help narrow it down. But as I said, I do tend to be like I'm not really a comic relief player, and I don't really do comic relief characters, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it's not the role play that you're into. That makes perfect sense. I mean, like I feel like there's a time and a place for anything. Like you can have a silly moment, but if it's all gags and jokes, I could understand why you'd be annoyed with it.
But at the same time, yeah, I mean, this is not. I've played Cult, and so like this is that I'm not going that far down the rabbit hole either. I'm hoping this is kind of like a midway point.
Okay. Yeah, good to hear. Good to hear. Okay. So the last one, I believe your name is Josh, right? What is your thoughts?
I've played like a good amount of TTRPGs. I've played pretty like the basic ones that you get like straight out the box. I've played Pathfinder. I've played serious. I've played completely wacky characters. So I've done everything. So realistically, I don't really have like a expectation for the game. It's more like I really want to delve into the Fallout lore. Like I want a lot of Fallout like stuff from Fallout 1, 2, and maybe like the 3, 4 to be into this because like me personally, I really like Fallout and I like TTRPGs. That's why it interested me a little bit. I'm I'm pretty like heads or tails with role playing. Realistically, like there's times where I just completely like forget my character and I just start like talking as Josh rather than Silas. Um let's see here. I'm also pretty cool with jokes. Like I'm like it's really difficult to offend me, but like I sometimes I get a little too comfortable, so I just start saying random stuff. So if I do that, please, I apologize. I just get a little bit too comfortable sometimes, so I will ask that. Sometimes I'm told like, "Hey, chill out." um, Aside from that, though, I mean, yeah, that's really it. I'm pretty open as a character. I like to have my characters just kind of like be pretty open for usages. Like last time I played a character where me and the DM literally sat down and we worked out an entire story for him just because he was like a reincarnator, like a perpetual type guy. It was crazy. Um and I can definitely talk to you guys about that a little bit later, but that's me. I'm pretty simple.
Okay. All right. There we go. Okay. So, and yeah, I think as myself and others learn certain things, you got sometimes you got to learn the hard way, sometimes learn the easy way. There's certain, like, I guess, like you call, like, rules. I try to set certain rules that I try to be somewhat mostly fair about them, right? I've learned a handful of times what you should do, shouldn't do, why. But I feel like mostly as long as we're pretty civil, it should work out good. I don't know if I posted too much on here, but again, we'll I think once we get playing, we can we can go discuss more into some of the stuff. I've had a few problematic players, but most of the people are pretty cool. Occasionally, there's someone who's not, but generally, it works out pretty good. But yeah, so let's see here. Yeah, I'll dig into that some more of that stuff. I guess a couple other basic things. I do some homebrew. I think practically every game master does their own small amount of homebrew. I use the core rules, but I do some other stuff occasionally too. So I also test out some mechanics periodically to see how well they work or not. And I might, it's ultimately it's set in Texas. I have some information. I'll try to compile some kind of a document, some basic lore. One of my other goals was to kind of like, I have like a basic of how like how the world is and should work, but also by playing the game, it kind of fleshes the map out more in depth too. So I'm working on fleshing it out more. I might, I use like the references. Like, there's gonna be stuff from the video games, or I guess there's also the TV show. I might occasionally use some ideas from I guess like other post-apocalyptic RPGs out there. Occasionally I might make some references. I know like Wasteland's pretty similar to Fallout. I might do a couple references here and there. But so yeah, it's the Fallout Texas. Trying to think here. So yeah, I try to put the little recorded series. I have a little YouTube channel. It's the videos probably aren't going to be super popular, but it'll be it's almost more like just like a log, like a log. You can look back on them. So I don't know if I have the channel on here somewhere, but I'll give you guys a link for that if you want to know the channel. But yeah, I've been trying to use these little dice. It's called the dice roller. Let's see here. So I got the dice roller. I've been messing around with Owlbear a bit more. I haven't done too much with it. There's also Crispy has his own thing he uses to help out. So there's both of those. So trying to think here. What else there is? I think I tried to make you guys some basic tokens. I wasn't sure who all was going to be here or not. And again, if I don't really know exactly what you guys liked or didn't like, but it's a starting point. Okay. So, all right. Oh yeah, and then I guess also I'll need to go. I'll go through each of your guys' character sheets more thoroughly to figure out all the details. I feel like I'm kind of I'm like a little bit lenient when it comes to character creation. I mean, like there's like a point where people are like kind of like trying to break the game, and like sometimes then I have to be a little bit harder. But I'll like this like the basic starting equipment and basic starting money. I'll go through if you guys have questions. I know a few of you weren't sure about how much money you guys started out with. Some of your stuff.
Usually not a lot.
Yeah, I'll help you guys figure out some like how to convert some. Like I think one of you guys had like the NCR dollars. Someone else might have had
me.
yeah. I'll help you figure that out. It's not, it won't be the end of the world one way or the other. You guys will get plenty of loot in the game too. So it won't be the end of the world really. But yeah. I'll help you guys figure that out. Also, if any of you guys also wanted something specifically, for example, you really set on like the idea of using a certain type of weapon, or you wanted certain resources. Also, yeah. By the way, like feel free to let me know. So I try to be pretty reasonable if I can.
Are you gonna do milestone levels again?
Oh yeah, so that was another question. Like the leveling up. So this is a question I guess I can ask you guys. So for me personally, I find that XP logging is extremely tedious. So I like using the X like there's like kind of like there's like three sessions you get a level up. You get like a level up XP every session. Kind of trade 3 in for a level. That seems to be pretty reasonable. I feel like I know that's kind of like the Adventurers League way of doing it. It mostly seems to work. I'm not sure if 3 or 4 is really better. In order to have it, you make progress, but not extremely fast progress. And then I feel like, and then for like milestones, I think it's like usually roughly like maybe around every 5 levels, or a major story arc, or like a story act. I might do like a milestone where I kind of like might give you some extra stuff or extra. It just kind of like top you off a bit more, so the characters can be more established in the game. Okay, so there's that. Trying to think here. So I guess there's a couple other things. There's a couple other things, but what are you guys' thoughts so far on this?
I thought you did a decent enough job the last time, like just leveling us up, and I thought you did a decent enough job, giving out extra gear. So, I'm cool with however you want to do it. We've established you will homebrew some stuff, and that is perfectly okay because we said it, But
Yeah.
I'm cool with it.
Yeah, I think that's reasonable.
All good to me.
Yeah, I don't really have a concern with that.
Perfect.
And then I guess I'll also say, also by the way, if anyone has a problem or issue, you can come to me in private with it, or you can kind of bring it up. I try to we can have open communication, and also if you disagree with something, it's okay to voice your disagreement, right? But I try not to like have massive like fighting, I guess you call it. But if you have a problem, I feel like it's better to voice it than just never talk about it. So, so yeah, I don't want to like dump too much of this stuff out, but I guess this is a session 0 at the end of the day too. So there's a few other things we could discuss. Oh yeah, one is like the time length. So I find that somewhere between 2 to 3 hours seems to be the sweet spot. Sometimes it can go longer potentially. The combat can take a long time sometimes. Different like sessions can take some time. It could go shorter too, hypothetically. But I think probably around 3 hours is usually about the norm, I feel like. So there's that. I try to, if I can, do some kind of a break at some point. It's like an intentional break, maybe halfway between, maybe before. If we do a combat, I might do a break before the combat. Because I feel like for myself personally, I'm sure everybody else too. Sometimes you just like, it's like you got to use the restroom or get some drink or walk around or cool off for a little bit. I'm trying to figure out the exact time. Initially, I was going with 15 minutes, but I think that might be too long. I think it's just too long for people actually. So I might reduce that. I mean, I'm still gonna try to figure out the number that's good. It could be 5 minutes. It could be 15, depending on what you guys want. So there's
Bill, I have a
that.
question for you.
Yeah.
As we all know, if you've ever played any kind of TTRPG, initiative is a thing for combat. Are you going to do your homebrew initiative, or are you going to use initiative as written?
That's a good question. So again, I will put all these options out for players to give their feedback. So Fallout has a system basically that's a set initiative. You have 2 scores. They put them together. You have a guaranteed initiative. I was going with this. I was testing out this homebrew because I'm kind of more of like a D&D player. I feel like at the end of the day, where I was going to go with that number plus a D20, and then that would be kind of like your initiative. That way it can be semi-randomized instead of just everything being guaranteed every time. But I will let you guys give me your feedback on what you think about that. So,
I would say I personally don't mind, but if you built your character after reading the rules specifically to be like, I'm going to be rushing the initiative order, it's something to keep in mind that it won't be as static there if we do it the other way.
Yeah,
I thought
like
it was cool to add some variety to it, but I also, like I said, I like the rules. So
Yeah, because if the way I built my character, he has 17 initiative, and if I'm rolling a d20 on top of that, I'm gonna be top of the order like all the time.
unless you roll a 1, and then the person with
That's
10
true.
initiative rolls a 20. Because that happened to me a few times.
okay. I also will say I'm open to feedback, right? I'm not. I will say I won't necessarily do what everyone says, but I'll try to listen to your input, right? So,
Yeah, I mean, I
if you
think
got
you switching initiative up for NPCs, I think that's for sure like not the end of the world. But it helps us know the turn order of our own characters for planning some stuff out. Especially again, like I said, if you built your character to be the first person to shoot, it can be a little jarring. But I think it's good. The only reason I mention it is because we are doing the session 0. It's good to set those expectations of what we think is going to be happening here.
no, that's fine. This is the time. This is the time to talk about it. I think I have a few other homebrew rules. I could also kind of like just disable the homebrew rules if need be, right? Also I'm kind of testing them out a bit. So sometimes it's like also there's like like the scaling like fights and stuff. Sometimes things can be too easy. Sometimes they're like excruciatingly hard. So and also there are like personal preferences, myself or other people. Like I mean, like I've been kind of doing this a long time, right? So I have my own way of kind of how I like to do things, and there's a reason why I do it. But other people may not be happy with that too. So I kind of like there's different ways I look at things, but also it is kind of subjective. So one way I kind of look at role playing games is just like in order to make things both fair but also interesting for the long term. I try to like categorize like between like elite versus like common, for example. So I might view like a boss as like more elite or like a higher level like enemy. So that type of enemy I might give them like some kind of buff, or and they might have an extra attack, for example. I know I do like the Fallout. I do the like the D&D. So I know there's like multi attacks versus Fallout. It's a little bit more different, right? Or like different types of like equipment. Certain things might be more rare versus other things like are less rare. Like you could get like a pipe pistol or something, but like a special like modified piece of equipment might be more difficult to find. I feel like versus you go to the shop, you can probably find most common stuff. Most of the time, right? But I might view it as like I call them like the quote unquote like the elite special stuff might be more difficult to get or to use. So that's my personal preference, right? How I do things. So there's that. Okay, does anybody have any input on what you just heard recently?
I
Nope,
like rolling for
I'm
initiative.
following along. Yeah, actually, I will say I kind of like the rolling for it, um, to provide a bit of variety.
Okay.
Yeah, if it affects classes like there's certain builds, those that should also be addressed if we're rolling.
Yeah, I'll say this. I did have a really strong initiative build in the last time, probably stronger than I'm doing it this time because I just changed things up a little bit. It's okay if you don't go first, even if like it didn't ruin game. I was still a menace to Phil. It didn't ruin gameplay. As you level up, if you ever have a question of what's kind of busted, I'll tell you too. We can try and pull a fast one on Phil. So don't be too upset. There's a couple times I rolled a 1 or a 2 a few times, and so I just went like 4th in the turn order, and like that wasn't super fun. but I'm also hard to hit, so like it didn't matter that people swung at me. I just ran away and shot them in the face, well, the chest. So don't panic too much about it. I think every once in a while, even if it's not an every time thing, if like feels like, hey, for this fight, everyone roll a d20 to to add on to initiative. Like I think that'd be super fine too, personally. If it's not like an every time thing. But I like for sure if your build is about just being the first one to shoot, definitely could be something to think about. But that's something we could even try today is rolling the d20s, like doing a little fight so everyone can kind of see how combat works if you've never experienced it before.
Okay. Oh, I also will say, yeah, again, if you do build your character for a certain way, I can understand. Yeah, let me know, by the way, like if you're like if initiative or something like initiative, for example, if that really matters for your character, just like let me know. Even if we did try the D20 plus, we could like your character could get like a little extra bonus or something, right? That would help out your. But we can I can kind of like help what do you call balance certain things if need be. And sometimes things just don't work good. So yeah, I know there's initiative. Initiative can be important. I think also the thing about this, just the way I did it is, I feel like certain enemies are just like always gonna go first. Like a very like a death claw might just go before all of you potentially, and then that could you'll never get maybe certain enemies you just never get to go before them, right? So there is this slight advantage that you could as the players be able to get past certain difficult challenges hypothetically too. So it
There's
has like
also yeah, go continue. I'm sorry.
I was just gonna say it has like the positives and negatives.
Phil's also pretty good about like letting you know if combat's about to start. He might say, "Hey, everyone, take an action. We're going into combat." So like if you feel like you're going to get caught with your pants down because of the initiative, don't worry too much there. And he will let us surprise attack things if we can get the jump on them, which just gives you a full turn of shooting things as the person who initiated. Um, I know I brought it up, and so it might be in your head now, but I wouldn't worry too much about the initiative thing. I just wanted to throw it out there. If you're like, hey, I've got 20 initiative because I have 10 perception and 10 agility, I'm always going first, and then somehow you go third. Like, I just don't want you to be upset about that.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's another good point. Again, like that's another like I don't know if you call it homebrew, but just maybe way I do things. I also do allow a lot of leeway. So I think that's another system I call like I guess like first strike, where like I might let everybody kind of like everybody can kind of do their own thing before combat really gets going. But as soon as somebody does a hostile action like attack or hurt something or do something really severe, then like initiative might just start immediately right after that happens. So that could be good for the players to set up a little bit, depending on what people do. So, and some of these things I'm just testing out. So that seems to work good because it gives like I feel like it gives like a lot of player first stuff. At the end of the day, also it's good to cooperate with people. So that's like another helpful thing I do. Okay, so
Oh, thank God we have a high intelligence character. Heck yeah.
yeah. So oh yeah, I guess I got like another elephant in the room. So, and this is something again, like there are a couple of things when it comes to role playing and story building and stuff, or like character development. I can be a little bit more lenient about, or I mean, like, and like I feel like you don't have to do something necessarily you don't want to, right? At the end of the day, I guess one other thing is like I guess like I try to like do this like Christian RPG stuff, and again, I would feel like not everybody is a person of the faith, right? So there's that aspect. I know it's gonna come up at some point. Again, like I don't force people to have to be a person of the faith or have to. You don't have to agree and do stuff with that. But I do try to, if I can help it. I try to do some stuff for the faith. So I might just honestly, what probably is going to happen is I just kind of probably put it into like the lore of the world of the story, or I might put a character in the game or something. So it might not even be direct. It might not even be obvious.
Are
So,
you a big Canticle for Leibowitz fan?
sorry, say that one more time.
Are you a big Canticle for Leibowitz fan?
I don't know what that means.
Oh,
I don't know what that is either.
I just kind of assumed it. It's a like a post-apocalyptic book that I forget when it was written, but it's the idea. It's basically Fallout the Monastery, for lack of a better term.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Del,
Yeah,
if you've never,
feel free to. You could.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's
Oh, you put it in here. Okay.
yeah, it's a very. I just assumed because when I was looking at some of the stuff in your Discord, I was like, I wonder if we're going to find a monastery.
No, I've never heard of that before. But no, yeah. So also, I feel like one of the things is like, again, like I try not to do like heavy amounts of theology or even intellectualizing. I feel like it gets people get a little like want to fight each other, right? So I try not to push it too hard, but I mean that's just gonna come up, right? So I might as well just address it now. I feel like follow in my opinion is a pretty it's pretty Christian, like kind of aligned as it is. It's set in the real world. It's pretty normal for the most part. It's not like there's a bunch of like spellcasters or like demons and stuff, right? It's like a normal game in a normal world for the most part. It might push it a little bit here and there, but it's kind of like it's a chill game. It's chill world for the most part. I think it's probably why it shows it as one of the games I wanted to play with, right? Also, I played like all the video games. I mean, it's a pretty cool game. So, yeah, and I feel like some of this stuff, again, I want to say like I would say it's optional. But if you do want to do something for it, like talk to me. You can talk to me, and we can work on stuff. I'm also pretty cool with working on the idea for like role playing. Like there's like character like story arcs. You could build a character arc. I mean, some of this stuff. I mean, you can talk to me like out of game, right? But we can build an arc for your character if you want. I can even try to put certain stuff in the story. And like I don't want to say that people have to do like heavy role play or like light role play. I feel like it's more up to the player at the end of the day how much you really want to do or willing to do. So there's that.
Yeah, like I said, I'm not a super strong role player. I like to watch other people role play more. I just because I'm not great at it, and I give myself an excuse to not be great at it in game with low charisma.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, and I don't want to like bog people with too much information here. But I'm trying to think of just too much more. Oh yeah, so I guess another way I kind of do things sometimes is I might leave certain things kind of open, and then certain things are like more linear, but certain things are like less linear. So I might be that like the players are together traveling in like a little village or a village area. I might just kind of like let it loose, and like players can kind of just maybe talk or explore amongst themselves or with certain NPCs. So there could be like there's certain times that are really good for role playing, just kind of open for just kind of like whatever really. And then I try to like be a little bit more, I guess, more serious for like more like the story or like the major, I don't know what you call them, like the quest. I don't want to say like linear, not like linear, but they're more, maybe certain things are more like written and like there's like important stuff, right? So I try to take it seriously when it's like more serious. And also again, and then like in moments like that, I feel like it would be there's like key decisions you can make and moral choices and certain outcomes. So okay, so I guess one of the other things that I like it's some of these are probably my own personal like way I do it, right? So a lot of times during like for example for combat or even major decisions, I will let so like say the enemy gets below like if an enemy gets really low on health, like maybe like less than 10%, or they might go down, I might let the players kind of decide the fate of like an enemy, for example. And they could you guys could get together and talk about it at that point, or if one person really just feels really strong about it, they could just make a decision. You could spare an enemy, you could kill an enemy, you could and you also could be a little bit creative, I guess, depending on how you want to do things.
And this is
And then also, oh yeah,
just we'll let someone. We always let them live, and they come back stronger with a vengeance. Nemesis system.
yeah. So yeah. Again, as it would be, sometimes I guess it depends on like what you do and why. that could be a consequence. Sparing an enemy could be really good for you guys. Killing an enemy could turn out, or like maybe you like severely punish an enemy. Maybe you don't kill him, but you like just torture him or something. That could have like a very deep negative consequence, potentially, right? Or you spare an enemy, that might give them a chance for like redemption. So maybe something good could happen. Or again, maybe it could be the other way around, right? And you spare an enemy, maybe they come back around, they attack you or fight you, right? Or maybe you kill an enemy, maybe they don't get back up again. But I feel like I want there to be like I want there to be consequences towards actions, but I also want them to feel somewhat meaningful. So that's why I try to call things like like the key event, or like an elite enemy versus like the common, or just like kind of like it doesn't matter as much, right? So there's that aspect to it. Okay. I know that was a lot of information. Okay. So does anyone have any opinions that they think about any of this stuff?
I think you're doing great.
Yeah, all good.
Good.
Yeah, it's fine.
Okay. Again, if you don't like something, you feel free to share that you don't like it. It's fine, right? Okay. So, is there anything else here, really? This is a good time to talk about this Session Zero stuff. This is there. So, oh yeah, here's another thing I can bring up. So I do make a bunch of artwork and stuff. Now it can vary from sometimes I just go online and I just randomly find something and I'm like, this is cool, and I just download the picture and upload it. Sometimes I make my own stuff, and sometimes I don't know, some people they get real upset. Sometimes I use AI to make a picture because I literally just can't draw. I'll be real with you. I literally just can't draw. My drawings are terrible. But I try to not use AI for stuff like the story if I can help it, because I don't like feeding people slop. I think that's just terrible. But that also might mean that stuff I make, you guys might, I don't know, it's like comes from me, right? A lot of times. So it may not be good. It might be terrible, right? But it's also very subjective. I guess I'll just bring that up. So some people be happy, some people be very unhappy.
I was going to say, I find with AI, it really depends like what you put into it. Like an example, it's like, hi, I need a list of 10 elven merchants is a little different than I need a plot. Like if you're like, I need the name of 6 random gun and chemists, I need 6 chemists to run shops in my world. Yeah, no one's going to know you used AI, because you're really just using AI as a random name generator. But like, I once played one session with a guy who literally had an AI generated plot, and it was hysterical because like he's sitting there and he's like, you have been called to serve Sir Boris in the village of such and such. And we're like, dude, we're not in that village. He's like, oh, then why does this plot say we're in like those kinds of mistakes? It was kind of funny in a dark way.
Yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine. So, random image generation, whatever. Like you said, you're not an artist. It is what it is. And it's not like you're generating countless slop. I think AI as a supplemental tool is perfectly fine. I use it in work as a supplemental tool, especially for stuff I don't want to do. Like when I worked at this law firm, I used it with like some of my evidence review stuff. And like I'd go through and manually check everything anyways after the fact. But like if I'm like, hey, give me a list of every name that was mentioned in this interview from the police. Like I don't want, and it's a 6-hour long video. I'd like just get the transcription and then feed it into AI and be like, hey, give me this list. Like I think there's ethical uses. I don't think AI is inherently or intrinsically unethical. So I have no issue with whatever you do, Phil.
I figure I try to bring this stuff up. I try to be transparent with people, right?
Mhm.
Just so people know about things or don't know about things. And
That's
like
the right way
some
to do
people
it.
be very happy and some people be very unhappy. Like I mentioned this one of the players, I think was like Leafy or Leaf something. I made a combat token for this person and this person just left the server immediately. So example of, I don't know, like some people be happy, some people will not be happy. What was that person's name? Cephia. So, I made a combat token, just left the server immediately. Right? Didn't like AI under any circumstance, no matter what. So, but better that I be honest about it immediately. So, yeah, I sometimes I just make pictures. I just kind of throw stuff up on the server sometimes. I view it as like concept artwork. I make tons and tons of concepts as a game master, a world builder, and I don't know. Sometimes I just get an idea from something, and I just kind of. Sometimes I also I write stuff down on little notebook pads. Here, I'll just take. I think I take a little picture on my phone. Here, I'll just do it right now. And then I just kind of put it up online sometimes. Here, I'll just put this up here. So a little picture right here. You guys see this in the chat. Oh yeah, I was just saying my car was in the park. But yeah, if you guys see that, I took a little picture, right? I might write some notes down. I might just put a picture up, and who knows if it'll ever be used. So, okay, I think we've kind of gone through everything. Unless anyone else has anything else they can think of.
No,
I have a rule question real quick.
Sure.
So, it's about the repair skill versus the survival skill. I put 2 points, skill points, 2 ranks in repair, but I was wondering if, things like primitive traps and that type of stuff, would that fall under survival, or am I going to need survival and repair if I want the ability to make, as I said, like a punji stick is a good example.
Okay. Yeah. I feel like I'd have to look that up to double check the exact like legal rule, right? I can always just kind of make a judgment call. I feel like in game sometimes I have to make a judgment call, but I can sit down and study the book, right, to figure out the exact technical rule. Yeah, I would let Crispy make that. He probably would know the answer to that. I feel like in the game, I mean, depending on the situation you're in, I feel like if you were in town and you had tons of resources and supplies, and it was a comfortable workbench, maybe the repair would be good. But you were out in the wastes and you had limited resources or something. Maybe you're on the time, you had a limited time crunch. Maybe then survival would be better.
I mean, I have maxed out my survival. I'm just because it's an intelligence skill. I think I should move those 2 points to somewhere they'd be a little more useful.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh yeah. That's another good point though. So I feel like because a lot of us here don't really know how the system works entirely, or we don't really know what we actually need or want, I would allow maybe at some milestone point if people wanted to do a respec for the character a bit, at least for certain things, if need be. Yeah, I'll allow a respec at some point. I feel like a lot of us will just make decisions we don't really know what we're doing, right? So if people are interested in that, yeah, that can be an option. Or also if you just feel like you just don't like something really bad with your character and you want something different, just let me know and we can probably change it up, right? Because I don't want people to be super miserable. And it's good to be in game or have your character be set, but if you're extremely unhappy, we can change it. I feel like so yeah, just let me know if something's not working for you. Okay. So yeah. So I guess unless you guys have any other thoughts, so we could just test a couple of these things. So I use the dice roller. I think it's called dice roller with friends. honestly probably like the easiest system that I've ever actually used. It's basically like from like 1999. It feels like. But so I have a little channel tab. I think Crispy put it out here. Here, I'll put a little. Oh yeah, I'll put a little everyone tag here. Everybody's here anyways. So that there's a link. You probably got to open it up in a different browser. I wouldn't use it on Discord because otherwise it'll take it. But so basically, you just copy paste this dice roller with friends. You got to change the name. Kind of got to change it every time you log in, but it's pretty simple. I just think I just use GM Fill. This might be the old one.
It's
I
the
could
old
make a new
one.
one.
It won't matter. It's the one we
You know,
used
it's
last
fine.
time.
It's for
Yeah,
the same game.
you just set your name in the top left to be, your character name. You'll see I was doing rolls earlier with D6 for like my ammo, and I just titled it, Crispy Turson ammo if I did it for something like that. Otherwise, I just put it as Crispy Turson, and I put my rolls in. You click on whatever dice you want to add it to the set that you're going to roll, and it'll tell you what dice rolled what. Don't really worry about the total number. It's almost never relevant here. It's almost always the individual dice rolls, and then just click on any dice to remove it. But if you have any question about it again, like it's not hard. We can walk you through anything really.
Yeah. Basically, that's basically it. It's pretty simple. I might look into different ones, but this one's pretty simple. I think the goal is that everybody's kind of on the same page, and I think that having the dice, everybody uses the same dice online. It also is like I think there's like another thing like accountability, right? It holds everybody to accountability. And like especially everybody here is new. Most of the time, like I trust most people, but randomly sometimes you get like a crook or a dishonest person. But I think it holds everybody accountable if you know you're kind of being watched a bit.
I think it helps with learning it at the start too, because like if I say, "Hey, I just hit on a 13," and someone else has my character sheet in front of me, they can be like, "Oh, actually, hey, you don't hit on a 13." It also, I think it helps with like just successes in general because the way the difficulty works, it's the number of success. You're right, accountability in general, but I think it's good for new players to see how the dice rolls interact with other people's like skills and stuff. Just it helped me at least watch other people's rolls so I could grasp it. And then like you might forget, like having the record, it's literally right there. I don't have to forget what I just rolled. I can read it. That's helpful.
Yeah, there's
Can't
that too. And then
accidentally bump your table.
the log is also just like really nice. Sometimes the person makes a mistake and it's like, oh hey, actually you did something different than you thought. So yeah, I guess I'll just say I would ask that each one of you guys just log into this little app and just take a couple of dice and just roll a couple of random dice on here. Just kind of just test it out to make sure it works good. We call like the IT technicalities, right? Just make a name on here and just test it out. It doesn't matter what happens, right? So there's that. And then the other thing is, again, I haven't tested this out myself a lot, but I might at some point in the future start doing some of this, like maybe some of this owl bear. I mean, we could just try it out just a little bit, just to test the IT if it even works. And then that way, like again, like say like Crispy's not here, he can't do the map. I mean, I can always do a map, or if somebody else wanted to try running one, they could do it too.
Is it
And then
Rodeo? Is that what the thing is?
yeah, I haven't done this too much. I don't know if you guys haven't. I don't know if you really need an account too much or anything, but I made a very basic map I was messing around with. I can't figure out how to get the characters to some of the pictures to come out there without removing the background, but 3 of them did. Look here, I'll see if I can copy a link here for you guys. I'm still trying to figure out how to learn the system. But
And what I often do is here. I'll share my screen right now. I use Tabletop Simulator. If anyone's ever if you own Tabletop Simulator, like just through Steam, there's just like Fallout packages, And so if as Phil describes something, or if he gives a map, I might build it in the screen or on my tabletop, and then I have our characters, and we can bring over, you know, like bad guys to use. And he might say what is, because the zones with Fallout are also just all, it's not, there's not a set zone. Like one time a zone could be like this, like you could have one giant thing be one zone, and then these little things could be individual zones. So it's really whatever the GM or DM decides. So I just try to help it so we all kind of have an idea of what's going on. You know, where people are. You can say like, hey, you know, I'm gonna move my character on the other side of the walls, and it's like, okay, was he on this side of the walls or this side of the walls? And it just kind of helps because with combat, your zones do matter for guns. Like I have a medium range combat rifle, so if I'm right here and this super mutant behemoth is right there, I'm at a disadvantage. But if I just run like right here, I'm now within my range. I'm one zone away, and that's what matters. I just do it mostly to help myself, but it also helps other people. Like theater of the mind is great and all, but sometimes just actually seeing it is helpful for me.
Yeah.
I'm a visual guy.
No, yeah, I think definitely right. I think theater of mind's it's like reading a book. Like it's like your brain eventually when you do theater of the mind enough times, it kind of starts mapping it out in your own brain a little bit. But it's nice to have props. That's why I try to make like like different tokens. You can kind of look at a picture. Like what does this person hypothetically look like, right? I make a picture. Or like I think especially for combat, the combat is nice to know where you're at, where you're not at. Even if it's not perfect, it's at least you got something to look at and mess around with. Yeah, so let me you guys know if you got this Owlbear link. I think you could just open it on Google. I don't know if any of you guys have. I don't. I'm still messing around with it.
I just made an
So
account.
okay, I mean I'm pretty sure it's free. I'm pretty sure it's pretty simple. I think. I'm still learning. I figured out the basics. I got the basics done finally. So I know how to make a basic map with some basic stuff on it, and it functions. I'm not saying it's not saying it's amazing, right? But it functions. It works. So I think you can just open it on Google. You also, if you have the app on your phone. I mean, I use my mobile. That's why I use Owlbear. But Owlbear is really good on mobile. I think there's like the Roll20. That's probably like exceptional. I think that's like the best one. I think there's like another one out there too on website. If you're like if you're a computer, I think it's like the Roll20. I think that's the top tier one. But I don't have a computer I use. So yeah, I think okay. So you guys on, I don't know who's on here. I can give you access if you don't have the access. But it should just be. Again, I'm still testing this out. I think it should just be you go on like either Google or some other place, or on the app, and you just you can just open up the map, right? And then you can even move the figures around. So, and then there's also here I got you in here. I think I got three of you in here. Yeah. Again, I'm just testing it out. Yeah, you should be able to move your figures around. So,
It's nifty.
also I would say if you guys have pictures you guys want to use or anything you want to upload or put in here, let me know. I didn't really prepare the map too much. I did have I have some basic stuff. I got a couple enemies, or like I got like a Brotherhood of Steel guy and like a Legion token I made. And I have some from my other game too. So, and also if you guys, here I'll let you in. In the maps. Oh shoot. I don't know if you guys I don't know if you still see the map or not. Let me see if I think I accidentally logged out or moved it.
The wall, yeah, it still shows.
Okay, it still shows. Okay. Again, we're still. I'm working on the technical difficulties a bit still. But okay, this is an option, and sometimes it's nice just if I just want to build a map or work. I just want to mess around with stuff. It's cool. I don't know if it's like somewhat good for Fallout, but it's especially good for like D&D or like my Christian D&D game. Like you have like 5 layers of a dungeon, right? It's like really nice if you're doing maps for like a dungeon because that's confusing to figure out where everything is or isn't. But I think this is a map I found. It's like they had like 3 different maps. I found it on Reddit. I think it has the person's name on here. Yeah, this one looked a little bit like a desert, so I was like, oh, this is cool for Fallout. I'll mess around with it. It's like a big wall. I don't. Okay, here we go. I don't know if anyone isn't on here. Let me know. I think I got 1, 2, 3, 4 of you here.
You need me, Nick.
Okay. I don't know if you're.
Stalking Prey says that they're in here.
I mean the icon.
Oh, the icon.
Oh,
yeah,
yeah.
my okay, yeah,
Oh,
my icon.
Oh yeah, I think I didn't get a couple of your icons. I wasn't trying to figure out who. Oh yeah, I'll get you in here. I'll make everybody a nicer looking icon or whatever, and we'll figure it out. Or you guys let me know the one you want.
Oh,
But
somebody a Mr. Handy.
I think that person left. Yeah, that person left. I think.
Okay.
But I mean, it's a cool looking icon, so I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll work on it later. Yeah, let me know what icon you like the most, and I'll get
He
you an
wanted to
icon.
play as an AI, but left because of AI.
Yeah, I uploaded a token I made, and he asked me if I handwrote it, and I was like, no, I used ChatGPT to make it, and then just kind of threw a fit and left. I don't know. It happens. Some people are very very upset. But it is what it is. Again, I don't know how to make the background. I mean, if any of you guys know how to use Owlbear better than me, three of these, it removed the background. I don't know how to get the background to get removed, but I couldn't get rid of that one on Slaya. So
It's okay, it's my aura.
yeah, I'll have to figure it out. I know a couple friends who
He
use
is a
Owlbear
larger
a lot.
character, so it's not the end of the world.
Yeah, I have some other, and I'll have to figure it out. Again, like some of these they work fine. Like here, let's see if I can get a here. Like for example, here. Let me see if I can. This is gonna work. It's in the assets. Let's see here. I got some other ones. So one of these I think I made with a square. Oh, this is really big. It's probably like really big. Let's see it though.
You can resize it.
So I wasn't sure how to do it right. So I was like, okay, if I can't get rid of the background, I could just make a square. So there's that. Then I also again I some of these I'm messing around I did like a color around them. Here I think here's like another one I made. I don't know, it comes out super big. So you're fighting right now. So again, like I did like a red circle. Again, I have no idea how to get rid of the back. It's something honestly it looks fine as a square too. Or I think here's one from the other game on my other players, a bard. So I did like a blue, for example. Blue might be like they're an ally, and like red is they're an enemy. And then maybe like yellow could be like a neutral ally, maybe, or maybe they just could be black. Or here, here's a commander of New Eden, big army, kind of like a blackish grayish color. It could be somewhat neutral, or even the UMIs might not have a color, so you could just be like you're just normal people, right? You're not an NPC. So again, I'll get you guys nicer looking tokens, unless you like those, right? So, oh yeah, crispy. I don't think I didn't make you one, to be honest. I wasn't sure what you wanted.
That's
And
all
then
good.
Nick, yeah, I got yours here somewhere. I'll have to I'll upload it. But yeah, I think you guys can move your character around, and you can like measure stuff. See if I can add that picture if I can find it here. I don't know if you guys can add pictures or not. Here, I'll import these here. Here, I'll put yours up. I don't
I
know
think we
how
have
much.
to like make our own assets, and I think it'll let us make our own assets.
Okay, so here's I think this is yours, Nick. Again, we can. I don't know how you. Yeah, and then here's a couple other I made. I just kind of messed around with some stuff. Here's a Legion. I didn't know if we were gonna do the actual scenario or not, but I made a Legion and I made a Brotherhood, so I can make this smaller. Honestly, they look really good. I'm happy. I didn't have to do too much editing. They look pretty cool. So, okay. I don't know if you guys have any. I don't know what your opinions are on any of this stuff. Let
I
me
think
know
it's
what you
helpful to
think.
have. No, that's fine with me. You know, I'm a visual learner, so being able to see it is helpful.
So yeah,
Even
I
if
guess
it's
Yeah,
just said,
I dig it a lot. I'm a big fan.
yeah, there you go.
Okay. And there's a lot of content controls, like I could restrict players from messing around with, or I can give you more access, right? I'll figure out. And also, there's a bunch of cool resources on here. Like we could do dice on here, or we could even, I think you can put initiative on here. There's a lot of stuff. I have to test it out, right? I'm still kind of new to doing this. Whoops. But yeah, there's a whole bunch of resources. I think you can like look at. I don't know what you guys can see from my screen or not. But you can like see how many feet. You can move stuff and you can put words on things. I think you put there might be a way to also track the HP on here. Again, some of this stuff is really convenient. Because like maybe I could put HP modifiers for some of these enemies you might fight. I know there's levels of like metagaming and not metagaming too.
I
So
like not
depending on how much.
knowing much about. I liked it where you just told us if it hit or not, and then you told us if it was an injury or not. Like I don't necessarily need to know how much HP the enemy has. It can be cool to know, but I think technically, unless you just like looked it up yourself in the rule book, you wouldn't necessarily know the HP of any given like their stat blocks. You know, if someone wanted to look it up on the side and just call it out, I guess they could. But it was kind of cool to me. Like, hey, did I just blow that thing's head off or did I not? And you could just tell me if I did, because I did. You know.
Yeah. So there's and these are other questions. Oh yeah, another thing. I'll just kind of say it right. I don't know who's gonna stick around, who's not gonna stick around. So we could get a couple of new people, a couple of people. I don't know who, right? It was like in college, look to your left and look to your right. Like one of them's not going to be here, right? Uh, but yeah, I feel like we might get a couple other people who are going to show up, and a couple of you might not be here. You never know what's going to happen, right? It could be for any number of reasons. But I feel like once we kind of get this set up, though, and I hope everybody stays, right? That'd be cool. But you never know.
So my
So yeah,
Sundays are always free. I don't think they'll ever not be free. So I'm down to clown.
yeah. So, and I'm also I'm pretty open to trying some different stuff. We could try doing a session, and then we could sometimes I'm okay with just chatting and just hanging out in DC. We could do like I'm also fine with doing like a one player little session, maybe two. There's some stuff I'm interested in testing out. So I'm trying to think what other resources are there here. I don't know if this is gonna. I don't know. You let me know. Let me know if you're looking at this map. If this map closes for you guys or it stays open. I think because if you log in with a link, you should just be in the link regardless of whatever I do. I don't think if I close it, it's gonna close for you guys, right?
If you close the app itself, it should still be there for us.
It's
Unless
Okay.
unless you specifically change the map, I think we'll always see however it was last left for the background, and
Okay.
whoever was last in moving things around.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. There we go. Right. This is me testing the IT, right? Some of these, I feel like I don't like the grid sometimes because it's just like sometimes it feels just too small, and like the characters aren't big enough sometimes. Like I feel like if I shrink it down to the 5 feet, it's like I don't know. It's just doesn't. I don't know. Maybe it's not. Let me you guys know what your guys' thoughts are. I know you can just kind of enlarge the map more.
Yeah, I mean we can
I
zoom in.
I don't know. I like them a little bit bigger, but it's hard to make the grids. I gotta mess around with the grid a little more. But maybe it's not that big of a deal. Maybe making them 5 feet is fine. Just like, well, what's really wrong with that? Maybe a character's just like bigger, and they might take up 2 squares or something, or 4 squares. But or like a death claw or like a mutant behemoth might be like 6 squares or something. But or I guess I can also just remove the grid altogether if need be. But okay, let's see here. Trying to think what else is there that I haven't gone over or need to go over. So. Oh yeah. I guess like another thing, and then some of these things are fine. Like even for loot. Oh yeah. There's a couple other things I can bring up now. So one is that I messed around with the idea of making like 1, 2, and 3-star legendary items. I think it's kind of from Fallout 4 a little bit. So I'm probably going to put legendary items in the game, and they'll basically be the same as a normal item, but they'll have like an extra thing add to them on top of which. So
Yeah, it might
you get
be just mods that are canonical in the game or in the rule book, and it might just be like, hey, for no, regardless of mods, your weapon just has accurate.
Yeah.
So yeah, it didn't seem immersion breaking to me when we did the last time.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and then like also, I mean, there's certain things I might like kind of add in and mess around with. Like I think I was putting some of those bobbleheads in the game, for example. And certain things, especially if they're already in the video game, in my opinion, if it's in the video game, it's really not like a big deal in my opinion because it's already part of the canon anyways. But yeah, I might mess around with like the bobbleheads, like the legendary items. I might try some other stuff out. Oh yeah, a bunch of stuff like enemies you fight and things. Some of them are probably gonna be custom. So again, even if you did look up certain things on the book, I would say again like it's kind of anti-fun to like look up like a monster manual. You're not the game master, right? But if you did, I just want to be honest with you. There's a very good chance it's not going to be like what you look up, anyways. So just be aware of that. I do a lot of custom stuff. So the enemies you fight, they may not be what you would necessarily expect. You may not know. They may also be exactly what you expect. But I make a bunch of stuff. Or sometimes I might just look up or find stuff too, right? And I might just test them out. Who's to say? Who's to say if it's gonna work good? Or it might be terrible, but it might be really good too. So, so yeah, okay, yeah, Let me know if you guys have any more thoughts. I don't know what you guys think or where you're at. I have a map on here. I have a main map of Texas. I had one I made. I think if you go on here, I'll put a again, I'll try not to make too many of these everyone pings. I know they're like really irritating, so I try not to use them too much. So the one, if you look at these maps, or if you can find them on here, one is the one that I made originally. It's like a little artsy. It's like a very orange Texas with some pips I was messing around with. And then I made one that had AI making a really very professional looking one. And I think I just threw the new Austin sticker on there on top of the old one. That one looks a lot nicer, but it's not man made, right? But the one I made is very questionable. So I think I put purple. I was just trying to keep track of what places we actually visited in game. So we started out at Old Earl, and we made our way to a vault, and yeah, and then I was messing around with some stuff. Okay, so yeah, there we go. I guess there's also kind of like the plot, right? We can go into that too. Oh yeah, and I also do these session recaps. I try to at the end of every session. I try to put a date with some basic stuff that happened. Also, again, I'll say if people want to, if anyone wants to put their own input on what happened in the session in more detail, right? You're welcome to put your information. I would say just write a date on there, so that way, like 3 months from now, we know what the date was, because we might not. It might be hard to figure out what actually when we wrote the stuff, right? So we can keep a little bit of a log. What else is there? It's not too much more. I'll probably put the little YouTube video thing. For right now, I just put a still picture with some audio, so it's not like super enticing to a lot of people. But I don't know. I mean, I make a little series, so it might get like 10 views, right? Probably like just disappear into the aether, but it's still cool anyways. It's not hard to make either. So I think there's like 8 videos. So okay. Hmm. All right. So does anyone have any thoughts or opinions so far?
Yeah, no, I'm tracking all.
Okay. Does everybody have an owl bear, or does anyone still need to make one? I think I see 4 of you on here. Is one of you not have an owl bear? Just make sure.
I think I had a guest account.
So who was that again?
Slayer, John.
Slaya. Okay, so oh no, you're on. Crispy.
I was in the room, but
Oh,
yeah, I just made one real quick.
did you get it? Okay, I'll have to figure out how to. I'm gonna have to save you. I'm trying to think if everybody has one. Oh, Sas. Okay. Oh, I see. I think I see you guys. Okay, so y'all got one. Y'all got one. Okay. I just wanted to make sure everybody has their name in here, and then everybody can just like move a token around, or are you kind of somewhat familiar with this? Okay. Oh, so if anybody knows how to use Owlbear like very good, let me know. You can maybe give me some tips on it, or you can help me figure out how to make these tokens look nicer. But it's not that big of a deal. But I mean, I want to be somewhat professional. So yeah. And yeah, Owlbear, it's a fun thing to mess around. It's almost like addictive to be on these types of things, like a trading card game, or like even maps. But it's fun to mess around with stuff. And again, I also feel like if the map is up, and like, it could be me doing it, but if somebody else wants to do the map sometimes too, as long as if we have at least 2 or 3 people who are kind of know how to use the map and are doing it good, then even if I have a new player who maybe they can't access the map, they don't know what they're doing, we can always have someone else move someone else's figures. But if we get it, we at least get it working. Always, we can also use Crispy's thing too. And that's also really nice. But I have access to this now. But before I didn't have this map, right? So it was a little bit it was just like a still picture, which is a lot more infuriating than being able to move them. So okay. Okay, I just want to say, I guess, okay, so I probably need to use the restroom here real quick. So why don't we could take a little break here. We could test out some of the mechanics a little bit. We could run through a very short like little campaign starter. Why don't we just do like a 5-10 minute break? We can talk here, hang out, or whatever you want to do. I'll be back in a couple minutes. If that sounds good to everybody, let me know if you're cool with that.
That sounds good.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I'll be back here.
Yeah, I have a lot of fun in combat in this game. It's a good time. I honestly, I think I like it better. I think I like the 2D20 system better than like D&D. Although I don't have as much experience in D&D as some other people do. Anyone go for high agility here? Medical stuff.
I think I have
Where's it?
8.
Does everyone understand like the defense modifier on agility or the melee damage modifier on strength? People walk
I feel
away
like
or
we just
not.
need to. I feel like we just need to play it for a little bit, see what it's like.
Yeah, definitely. I think we might end up hopping right into combat. I think it's a good idea to do so. It helps you realize some things, and like I said, like don't feel if the things you want to do don't work out the way you thought they would. Don't worry too much about that. You know, every level you get a skill to put in for a rank. Every level you get a perk. That perk can be intense training to just up one of your specials. And Phil will put in stuff like the bobbleheads, so somebody can just get a +1 to one of their specials. He will sometimes just give you a perk, like last time. I think we found a magazine and we all read it and got like some explosion avoidance, like temporary thing, and he's like, now you guys just all have it permanently. So and you could use it like once per combat. So it was cool. You know, if you've never done this before, you'll definitely get the hang of it, and then there will be a little bit of homebrewy stuff. But as so far, the homebrew stuff hasn't been an issue for me, and I'm like definitely like a rules is written person. Um, the DM or GM, they get their own action points, and you can use those action points to take another combat or to take another attack. But when you do that, it increases the difficulty of the attack. And one time we were fighting, and Phil's like, you know what, my epic boss, he can just attack twice without any change to his difficulty. And I was like, oh, touche. All right. Just makes it a little bit more challenging. Sometimes it's better to have one big boss that can only attack one person at a time than a bunch of little characters that attack everybody.
Alex, right?
Yes,
Didn't you say that that your character hated super mutants,
he
right?
does. Yes, super mutants. They raided and killed my vault.
Interesting, interesting. But
Yeah.
you're an NCR guy, right?
So whenever I did like a lot of the lore on the character himself, I worked with Phil on it, and I just kind of took my character from the last campaign that we ditched, and brought him over. He's from Vault 39. Which canonically was rated by the Super Mutants, and he went out like it doesn't make a whole lot of sense being level 1. Like I think I was level 5 in the last campaign. I'm like a weathered and wizened older man that's traveled. I've done work with the NCR. You know, I've been a mercenary, and in lore for this campaign, I've come to Texas to help the Texas Rangers. Like I don't feel like I'm not like a devout NCR person. Like I appreciated it for what it was coming from the vault. You know, structure was good because that's what I came from. But I'm not like, oh man, you guys aren't jiving with the NCR. We got to fix that. You know, that doesn't upset me. But fuck super mutants. Yeah, fuck those
Okay.
guys.
Interesting, interesting.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Several of my good friends were captured and transformed into super mutants. So like I'm not gonna just immediately shoot someone just in case it was somebody I knew, but you know I'm not gonna not pull the trigger at a super mutant.
Yeah, we can break. We can talk for a couple more minutes. I gotta do something here. I'm around though.
You're good. Yeah, I worked with like a courier service. You know, we were running messages, the narrative lore like that I wanted for my character didn't necessarily fit like the stat background, so we're just trying to like make it kind of fun and because like I'm not the most knowledgeable of Fallout, so I've been like picking and choosing some things to learn more about. And my one buddy's like a big warhead, so he was helping me with this. No one's a synth,
Interesting,
right?
interesting. I wonder if I have rights.
If you'll have rights, yeah. I mean, I'm not gonna just
I wonder
like.
if I have rights. But, I will be doing the voice, so if any of you guys can't understand me, then I can clarify. But I will be doing the voice.
That's okay. That doesn't upset me that much. I think for stalking prey as like the tribal, I think you could argue. I mean, like, yeah. So intelligence repair is the thing that's used for like literally everything, and it's usually in intelligence repair. But I think there could be some narrative explanation for some things, or I like Phil's pretty good about saying like, hey, like if you ask like, hey, could I use maybe survival intelligence instead of survival endurance to set the trap? Like survival is usually partnered with endurance, but it's often like survival perception whenever you're making checks on stuff. So you can usually kind of argue for one thing or another. Earlier though, when I was like, I don't want you having 4 charisma and talking somebody out of their pants and to handing over all of their weapons, like I think that'd be silly. We had this one guy.
Oh yeah.
He wanted to.
That was.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. That's an issue we could address at some point. But yeah, I feel like if that happens occasionally, that's fine. But it's like
For
if
every
your
single
character
interaction.
like. Yeah, like him being an intelligence character, good at like repairing and stuff, and role playing in that scenario, he did a really good job role playing. I feel like it made sense, but as like a one-time thing or a special story, but all the time it's like a little bit. You're not that good at charisma, right?
Yeah. If you have
So
a
it's
4 to
like
charisma, like if you're an all like a negative charisma guy and no speech skills, like it'd be one thing if it was intelligent speech versus like intelligence charisma or speech charisma, like that wouldn't upset me really because that's something that could be argued, or maybe like repair charisma could be something there.
yeah.
But yeah, you're like a one off is fine, but when you do it like 6 times in the same session, it's like.
Yeah. Well, I feel again like when it comes to like role playing, like I feel like even if you are good at talking, like your skills good at talking, you might not be good at role playing it, for example. So it's like, there's I think like a person who does a good role play job generally is probably going to get some kind of rewarded out of it at the end of the day. But it's good to follow the rules and be like somewhat logical about it. So yeah. Okay. So, oh yeah, I guess I don't know if everybody's back or not, or if anybody left in the first place. I guess like, oh yeah, I guess a question here is everybody here? Is the other question.
Yep.
If you're not here, don't say anything. Perfect.
Okay, I know that.
Wait, I'm here. I had to think about it.
Yeah.
I did speak last.
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, I think most of you guys are here. Yeah, I mean, I was saying, I mean, like taking a break is definitely good, right?
You
I sometimes I just got to get up and like take a piss or something, right? It just is what it is.
You have
But
so
okay.
many channels. Which one is like the text channel for this game? Is it the Sunday Fallout General?
Oh yeah, that's a good question. So many channels. Sorry, what was your question?
What's the text channel for the game?
Like us just talking in general. Often we'll use the campaign voice chat like individual thing. Like
Yeah, I post on a couple different ones. Sometimes I use the general the text channel. Sometimes I also use this there's like an announcements Sunday announcements thing. It could also be the messenger the message within this. I guess when we're playing the game, a lot of times it becomes the message in the actual chat here, the voices.
Who is asking? I don't want to just tag everyone. I'll just tag everyone. No, I can't. I don't have permission.
Okay,
Oh, yeah.
I see.
I can also make I'll make some roles that we can like use one for the campaign. I can't imagine too many people are going to be in this channel in this server who aren't playing, but I'll make some roles here at some point.
Okay. Yeah, you've got a huge amount of
Yeah,
channels.
we can clean it up a little bit too, and I'll probably help Bill with that. Like, we might there's a campaign main 1. We might separate campaign main character sheets and just move all the character sheets into a different tab there, and then we'll definitely we'll streamline this. It'll become easier with it. And then if we do get other people that aren't necessarily in our campaign, we'll make like a campaign 1 tag. That way we're only bothering the people that are supposed to be in the voice chat that night, or only the people that it's relevant for.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that was another thing I was going to bring up. Okay. So this is another thing I was going to ask. So I guess there's like 3 points to them. So one is that I would offer the option, and maybe this might require you to play a little bit more at first. So there could be mod positions if anyone wants to be a mod on this server. Honestly, I can't imagine it'd be that difficult, but there could be a couple small responsibilities. Probably the easiest job. It could be answering some new player questions or helping. If for some reason a random troll comes in and starts causing problems, you can kind of shut it down, right? If I'm not around, for example. Or it could be you could help clean up some stuff, or I don't know. I can't imagine it's that difficult. But I will offer that option if anyone is interested in testing out wanting to be a mod. You are welcome to tell me if you want to be one. I'll also just kind of randomly ask people stuff like these every once in a while. Also, once I get the campaign once I get this the server more set up and I'm a little more comfortable with it, I will offer the option if anyone wants to be a game master. They are welcome to try it out sometime, or I might build up another little campaign. So if we get more players and we get some more, maybe it could be a different time. It could be that I have nothing to do with it. I could just not play in it, right? But if we could have, or maybe I play in one too. But if anyone wants to be a game master, and it might require a few sessions or knowing you a little bit more. Let me know if you want to be a game master, or a mod. And then the other one is there can be some different player roles, I guess. So some of these are more like meta roles, but some of them are actual kind of like your character too. I've been kind of messing around with some of the different player roles. There could be some different positions. Like for example, there could be the party leader, like the leader character. I messed around with that. It seems to work good. Sometimes the party just needs someone to kind of lead them, I guess. It could be the character with the high charisma. It also doesn't have to be. It could just be anyone, right? Maybe an important decision, like the party needs to just kind of go somewhere, and the leader can kind of gather all the players together, right? And they can kind of pull everybody together. So it could be there's a party leader. There could also be an IT person. I'm willing to try that role out too. It could be that you help out with the map, or you do. It could be. I also thinking some people like this stuff, some people don't, right? Somebody could do the initiative scores if need be, or they could again, they could be helping some of the new players out maybe, or almost like a co-GM slot, I guess, maybe. All completely optional, by the way. No one no obligation, right? But if that's something you're interested in, you think it could help the community or the campaign out, let me know if you're interested in any of that stuff. Okay. Oh yeah, let's just throw it out there. By the way, if any of you want any of those things, you can just say it out now if you want one or you're interested in. No obligation.
Yeah, we talked about it before. You can just mod me, and I'll make the server a little easier to navigate.
Yeah, I feel like, to me personally, I feel like it could be a good, again, to certain people, it's like more work or less, but it could be an opportunity for somebody in the future, right? It could be a good way to learn some experience. Maybe one day you want to make your own server, or you want to be on my server, right? It could be like, you learn how to like do some of the basics, then eventually you could upgrade it to, maybe one day you want to run your own little campaign, right? And it's a lot easier if you have some basic experience, and you have versus you have like zero experience, right? But it's an opportunity. Again, no obligation. Nobody has to do anything. But yeah, I'll just throw that out there. Okay. So. Okay. All right. I know there's a lot of knowledge dump. Let's see here. All right. Oh yeah, so I think another thing that I do a lot of times is for like usually it's like kind of like every session it's like I don't know, not like a long rest, but like it's like unless we leave off in a major cliffhanger or like a fight, usually it's like every session it's kind of like a refresh. I'm gonna figure out just what is fair or not fair with a lot of the stuff. I might do that. Yeah, like I might just do that every session. You get a kind of like a reset, but then I might not always reset everything. Yes, in the story.
Yeah, we don't always track to the T like thirst and hunger. It is so tedious to do, to track thirst, hunger, fatigue. Sometimes it might become relevant, like maybe we had a big fight and when we got back to a town, he's like, you guys are fatigued, like you gotta eat, drink something, go to bed. But he might not force us, or he'll give us opportunities to interact with NPCs to like feed and water us wherever we go. Because again, it is just incredibly tedious tracking all of that.
Yeah, there's that too, right? Yeah, and then like resetting your abilities, how many luck points and all that stuff, right? Some of that stuff is, yeah, it can be real tedious, but I mean it's also like fun sometimes too. Or I don't know. I mean, like I'm gonna try to figure out. I'm still gonna figure that stuff out. And the same thing with kind of like with XP leveling up. Like keeping track of the XP could be tedious. So that's why I use the milestone. I'm gonna figure out what's fair, what's not fair with some of this stuff. Or if you guys let me know. And like some of this stuff, I think I would probably expect the players to have to deal with rather than me. But like trying to keep track of your own characters, like I mean, I'll try to keep. I kind of keep some basic logs of some stuff, but like how many caps you guys have or ammunition and that stuff, I probably would expect the player to have to deal with. But I'll periodically I'll go through and check on all the stuff too. Yeah, I was thinking about. I haven't gotten around to. I was thinking about making some kind of a log in one of these channels where players would keep track of. Probably maybe at the end of the session or before the new session. I might write. I might have you. I mean, I haven't done this yet, but I might do some kind of a log where you guys keep track of like your money you spent or your ammunition and stuff or the loot. But I haven't figured that out. I don't know if that could also be really tedious too. But it also, I feel like it holds people to accountability. I think being held accountable is good. I think it makes everybody feel fair. Like, because like if I don't keep track, I mean, like in Fallout it's a little bit different, but like even like my other server, like some characters they have lots of gold or they have like bottle caps, and if you never have to write any of it down, or you never have to show me as the game master, or it's not available for the other players, it could feel, I don't know, it could feel like unfair at times, or I don't know. It's or somebody. I mean, you know, I don't want to. I don't like accusing people, right? Either, like, you never know whether someone's dishonest or honest. I think most people are fairly honest. There's like a couple bad apples out there, right? Most people tend to be honest. But if you're not held to accountability, then you have no incentive to want to be honest in the first place.
Well, we're playing this game for fun, not for money. So there's no reason to lie about stuff, you know.
Yeah, I know. I just, it's like sometimes it's like you gotta put some kind of like a rule out there, right, or some kind of authority, right? Otherwise, it's like, again, it's not that big of a deal. But I think it's like maintaining some kind of like integrity within the game, and if it keeps it a little bit more like professional or more because like if you don't want a joke campaign, like that's kind of terrible. And you don't want to be so serious to the point where it's like exhausting, but you need to have some structure. So I try to keep it somewhat serious if I can. I mean, it can get rowdy sometimes, but I try to keep it somewhat serious. Okay. So I think I've gone through almost everything here.
Yeah, let us shoot stuff.
Okay. So yeah, okay. I guess yeah. Then the other question is, we could just try some kind of a. I don't know. We could try like a short session here if you guys want to play.
Yeah.
I think we should fight something relatively generic. It doesn't have to be a very challenge, or you could make it hard and you could make us lose just so we can see how combat goes. I think the people that haven't played before, it'll be helpful for them to just see how combat works.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds fine. Yeah, we could do a little test combat. Do you guys want to try out this owlbear?
Sure.
Yep.
Yeah, we can go and do that.
Okay, so yeah, I guess each of you can kind of control your character a bit.
I'll just use the
I know.
thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I think a couple of these. Yeah. Huh, they could just be some of these other tokens could just be enemy. If need be too. So I got 5. Is there 5 of you here, right?
Yep.
Okay. Okay, so each of you have a character, I believe. Let me know if your character is not on here. Oh yeah, so you're just gonna use chives for tonight. That's
Yeah,
fine.
I'll just use chives. Yeah, doesn't bother me.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah, Fallout uses the zones. Again, like some of these are things that I think it's important. I think it's definitely important because this isn't D&D, right? This is like more of like most of Fallout's like using like a firearm. That
I mean,
technically there is melee.
we can draw zones. Like you can
Oh.
just create boxes, and like you could have like boom. There's 3 different zones now, right there.
Oh wow! Oh,
That's
holy
a
crap!
game changer.
Oh, that was unbelievably easy. Okay.
Yeah. It's not difficult at all.
Okay, so how did you do that? Just so I can double check.
I'm not on mobile. On the right hand side, there is a drop down menu where you have like the move option, select, draw, measure, and I just clicked on draw and selected like the rectangle option, and then I just drew them out. And then if you go back to move or select, you can just click on it and then delete it.
Okay. Yeah,
So
I'll figure.
yeah, you'll play around with it for sure afterwards.
Oh, here's an X. I'll figure out how to delete that.
So I can delete it. Just go boom.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Well, okay. Yeah, again, I'll mess around with this stuff, right?
Yeah, and I mean, you can just say like, hey, this is a different zone up on this, like this is a race part of it. Different zone.
Yeah. And yeah, again, I want to say like the zones are good for mapping. If like say like I don't know here, I'll just see if we can move these characters.
It really only matters for shooting.
I would say like I know they're in the boxes of 2 different zones right there, for example, but you're like standing right next to each other. So I mean, like again, like the technicalities, right? That would be considered either close or short within short, right? So again, like I understand that like there's the technicalities, right? But it's good for like the zone. Definitely, the zones are important. Like so, like like characters like even this bard dude. and like the other dudes down there, like like they'd be short within like short. So in like moving back character, right? Like they're like maybe like medium or long. It keeps it like because like I feel like if everybody's kind of within the same like little area, it could be that there's like very minimal like penalties. But if you start like you have like characters up on a building like waiting for people coming in, they could be like a longer range. So I don't want to be like super legalistic about it, but it's definitely good to have a guide of range.
Yeah, I think
And
saying, two different zones, but they're on the same level, like there's not a height difference. You could make a melee combat, like you said. Like if we had two different zones and these guys are right next to each other above like our groupings, the little bard elf and the other guy, like even if they're technically in two different zones, they could swing at each other with melee weapons. Like that would be close quarters in my mind, where like. So if this guy was using a medium range gun, the bard, he would have to then back up. Well, he would be in two zones then technically, and he wouldn't be close quarters. So he wouldn't get an increased difficulty for A being within the wrong range, and then B for being in close quarters itself.
Yeah. I feel like short. I think there's close quarters and short is the norm. Sometimes there might be medium. Maybe for like a big maybe I make a really big battle, like I don't know, like
Well, medium range is just one zone away.
yeah. There's like a sniper rifle. I think it's like long or like extreme. Those are very like fringe scenarios. They happen. I'm not saying they don't ever happen, but they're not like normally there's not. I mean, there could be like an NPC sniper like firing at you guys. And you
Yeah,
have to get out of cover.
we're gonna have mostly close and medium range weapons. Sometimes there'll be a long range weapon.
There could be a really cool like big fight though. So you never know. It could be relevant. But again, also comes down to the tedious factor. So let's see here. Okay, so here this is blue. Okay, so yeah, we could just do like a little practice fight here. I'll just see if I can get some here. I don't know. I'll just delete this guy.
Lore be
Here,
damned. We're just gonna fight.
Yeah. Well, yeah, we'll tell you. We'll do a little. Here, I made a little idea for intro session. I didn't know who was even going to show up or not. But okay, tell you what, we can just start out like a very session 0. So the way I would say it is here. I'll just kind of I'll make this a little bit so this appears a little more realistic, right? Here, I'll just give it a couple of these. Let's see here. Oh shoot, it's super big. I think there's a way to copy them too. I was gonna say there's a crash vertibird, and there was some. Yeah, we'll say there's some Brotherhood of Steel, coming to check it out, and then there was some of these. We'll say there's a knight there. Oh yeah, that works really good. Yeah, and we'll say there's a knight in the power armor. He survived the crash because he's in the power armor. The other dudes are dead, and there's a bunch of these like Legion basic soldiers. Maybe one of them looks a little bit more intimidating here. I don't know. Just see here. Here, a little bit bigger. I don't know. Yeah, a little bit bigger. So that guy's kind of like a little bit more intimidating. And they're surrounding this vertibird, looking for loot or maybe to kill this paladin or this knight. And then we'll say that. Okay, I guess we could say like we'll come up with the reasons for why your characters are here. So I guess this is a good time. We got a good time. Why? I guess the question would be, here. I also got this map here. I came up with a map. Where this is roughly. Let me see if I can. I don't know if I uploaded it. So this still work. I don't know if I uploaded it earlier. Here. I'll upload this. You guys can check in the chat. This is the map. That little blue dice I made. We'll say that's where this is at. There's a little Brotherhood of Steel. Some kind of a camp, or this location. This is where you guys are at on the map. And we'll say that. What's the place called? I wrote it down how to say that. Abilene. How did I pronounce that? But yeah, Abilene or Abilene. That is like the Brotherhood. I would say that's a Brotherhood of Steel, like big fort. It's a fictional world. For whatever reason, I decided that was the Brotherhood of Steel place. And there's a camp off the side. So that's where you guys are at on the map. This is where you're at, this combat map. Okay, so the question is, I guess I would ask you guys is, we can go in like order too. Why are you specifically here right now on this in this area, or what's your
Yeah,
character?
I'm doing my duty, trying to help out with the New Austin Rangers. I'm making my way to New Austin still, technically, I guess, or maybe I've already met with them, and we had a brief interaction, and they just told me to go out and do my thing, just from my wizened experience with the NCR. They're like, hey, you know what you're doing. Go ahead out there. And so I saw the crash, and maybe I met up with you guys on the way. I went to investigate the crash.
Okay. So yeah, I guess so sorry. I'll just go on the list then. Yeah, you can just give me. I mean, if you can't think of one, I'll help you. Right. So I think Nathan. Right.
Yeah.
Why is your character here?
Well, my character is a member of the Brotherhood of Steel, and a crash bird seems like something that any member of the Brotherhood of Steel would be interested in investigating, and if so, recovering any sort of technology that they could from that crash site.
I like it. Yeah, you're just nearby anyways, because that's what you get. That's what you do as a Brotherhood of Steel initiate. You were just in the area.
Oh yeah.
Okay, so I guess John, what is your reason your character's here?
He was
Big
out hunting.
explosion. Yeah, big
He's out
explosion.
hunting. Boom, big boom.
Yeah. Okay. So Nick, what is your reason for your character?
Stalking prey enjoys decapitating legionnaires and making necklaces out of their ears.
And you're just kind of in the area, and you saw the Legion was nearby.
Exactly. Yeah.
yeah.
So I don't really need an excuse.
Ooh, I dig that.
So Josh, what is the reason your character is here?
Traversing the land to find
Maybe he's with me.
another.
We're both Ranger affiliated out of the NCR. We could have just been together.
There you go. We're just both just hanging out.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair. I rolled up some basic enemies for tonight. I didn't really have it planned out super well. Okay. So, question is how we want. What way would you like to do initiative? Do you want to do it the core rule book, or do you want to do with the roll of 20? We could just do it the proper way. It's up to you guys though.
Yeah, we're learning the system, so might as well do core.
Okay. So,
I mean, yeah, the worst case scenario. I mean, it's session 0, so who cares?
yeah, that's fair. Okay, so I believe it's the two stats together, and that's just your initiative. I believe. I think it's Crispy. You would know this better than me. Is like the perception plus intelligence? Is that right? Or is it
For which one?
agility?
I'm sorry.
For initiative.
For initiative, it's perception and agility.
Okay. So yeah.
Mine is 15.
Mine's 17.
Hold up. Let
Mine
me
is 10.
I gotta log this somehow. Okay. So. Shoot. Okay. So sorry. So Crispy, yours is 15.
Yeah, Silas has
17.
17. Yeah. So Silas, then Crispy.
I don't know if I have this.
So I'm writing it down. What was Stalking Prey's initiative?
12.
And then Slayer's initiative.
10.
And then I missed somebody. Who did I miss?
Yeah, you missed me.
Riley. Riley, what's your initiative?
Yep. 11.
11.
Which one of you is Silas?
Me, unwanted.
Unwanted is Silas.
Oh, okay. I just don't know you guys your voices well enough to hear your voice and then write down which one's which. You taught me that quite yet. Okay, but you said you got it, Crispy.
Yeah, I put it in the VC chat.
Okay.
That way you can see it there.
So I guess these enemies, I guess it's kind of like a low level. They have a 12 for their initiative. So I guess one of you guys also has a 12. So that's an interesting question of how to determine who
Roll
goes.
off.
Roll off? Is that how that works?
Yeah, why not? Right, you roll a d20, he rolls a d20.
Okay. Yeah, that sounds good. All right, let's see here. 3. So I guess you would get to go first.
He would go before you. Yep, he would go ahead of that. So we'll do Legion baddies. And we got what? 5 Legion baddies. That's fine if we do.
Yeah. As I look at the map, yeah. Yeah, there's like a wounded knight, somewhere up there. Well, yeah, a crashed vertebrae, a bunch of parts and crap all over the ground, right? I don't have them marked.
That's okay.
It's not there anymore, anyways. So, yeah, I guess I don't know. Yeah, I'll say one of those legionnaires looks like he's a little bit tougher than the other ones. Trying to think what number would that be.
He's Legion baddie 1.
Yeah. Okay.
Balls.
Yeah. Sometimes sometimes I try to figure out how to do I might just have them all go at the same time, and then maybe sometimes the boss plus that might be his own, and then the minions, or what do you call them, the mob, they might be their own. I might have them go at the same time just to make it more try to make it more easy to keep track of, right? So, okay. Oh yeah, I guess I'm not sure how familiar you guys are with the combat. It's I don't know. There's a couple of charts. It's pretty easy once you figure it out, but it takes a little bit of work the first time. Oh yeah. Also, I guess trying to figure out where you guys all want to put your little little minion. What do you call it? Your little icon on the map. If you're okay with where you're at currently, otherwise maybe there can be like a starting zone area. Yeah. Let me know where you want to put your little thing on here.
I do have one quick question. Sorry. I'm assuming I'm probably gonna go first because I have 17. So, I have a sniper rifle, and everything I've pulled up says it's long range. How do you judge long range? Is it like
It's 2 zones away.
2 zones away? Okay, cool. So I can
Or you shoot at a zone close. You can shoot with an increased difficulty as well from close range.
I can technically shoot the big guys that are in that small middle zone. I'm pointing at them. I can shoot at these guys in here with no difficulty, but if I shoot the guys below, I have difficulty.
Well, it all depends on what the zone. I'm just kind of drawing some basic stuff. Help us have an idea. Paul or Phil, you can always just say, "Hey, change this."
Oh yeah.
Do we have a distance for zones? Is it? I'm assuming
No.
30 feet.
So literally zones in Fallout can be whatever the DM says.
Oh,
It's
that's
silly.
Fair enough.
convenient.
Yeah.
That's convenient.
Yeah. So I'm just trying to be,
Oh, I
fair
feel
on
like
things.
I'll try to be reasonable. Again, I feel like as a player, if you can come up with a really compelling, decent, logical argument, then it could make sense, right?
I mean, the only reason I asked,
if it feels like really stupid, right? We can maybe just pull back a little too.
I mean, the only
Um,
reason I ask is because like I have a sniper, so hypothetically, like everything is I read his like medium to long range. So I would technically like my thinking is like if we measure it out, these guys are all like 40 feet or farther from me. So I mean, I can technically shoot most of them as long as they're not in cover. So I'm just wondering, like, can I shoot all of them, or am I gonna have difficulty, or do they
oh,
have to be like 50 feet away, or 70 feet away, or 80 feet away? You know?
So I feel like okay, so with the range, you could theoretically with a sniper rifle probably hit an enemy all the way like on the other side of the map. I think it's that every bracket though, or every what do you call it, every zone, it increases the difficulty to hit. So you like if you had like a little pistol, you really could only probably fire maybe short to medium, but you wouldn't even be able to hit the long. But you suffer penalties the further you try to fire. So I think that's really the only. And then I think if like you had like say for example you had a sniper rifle with like a major scope on it, and you were like standing right next to a dude, you suffer negative penalties because it's like the longer range only really. Kind of like if you
Yeah,
play the
no,
video games, like if you have a scope on it, it's so I don't know,
it's hard to
extremely
hit. No, yeah,
infuriating.
definitely. I'm just trying to make
So
sure, like, cause all these guys are like a zone away from me. I'm trying to make sure I can
yeah,
hit these
you
guys.
definitely you can definitely hit them. Yeah, you can hit
Okay,
them.
cool. Just want to make
Especially with like a sniper rifle. Like you had a hunting rifle with a scope, you could be
You
able
can
to
also
like
just be like back here, like that's 2 zones away.
Yeah, no, if not, I was gonna my first action was gonna be like, hey, I'm gonna run back, try and hide behind like a box or something, and then try to aim. You know what I mean? Because if I have to maintain a distance, then that's fine. I don't really care.
Yeah, I mean, if they run up on you, you're definitely gonna have to run away. There is no opportunity attacks in this game, so it's not as backbreaking if you get like if people run up on you. It's just gonna use your minor action to move, so you won't have minor action to aim anymore unless you have some kind of perk that gets you around that. We can take multiple minor and major actions, but they cost those action points. So I think as we kind of get into it, like definitely just ask me if you can do something. I'll just tell you if you could. We on your turn, all action points are yours to do with as you please. Sometimes a conversation can be good to have. We can only have a total of 6 in between rounds. So, like, if you generated up to 9 action points, use those extra 3 action points to do whatever you want. They're for sure yours to use because they're going to go away at the end of your turn specifically. We generate action points by having excess successes and things that we do. So, say it's a difficulty 1 to hit one of these guys, which it probably will be, and you generate 2 successes when you roll to attack. We net 1 AP there. Phil gets his own AP when we critically fail, and there's other things in which he can generate his own AP to use. And we'll probably just track. I mean, I try to keep notes of what we do throughout each session, anyways, and so I typically will track what AP we have at the end of each session. I think we start with I forget what we start with. If we start with that.
yeah, and that's some other things like I mean, depending on like just per session, right? We could just like start fresh, or we could do like a set number, and we could just use the same one over and over, right? Too. It could just do it. It could just be like you get like 2 points every the start of the next session, or we could just I don't know. We could figure that out.
Oh, we have 5, so I think Phil, you technically start with 5 AP. I think.
Yeah, and again, I might for like the combat. I might do things a little bit differently for like the NPCs sometimes too. I mean, sometimes it's hard. It's a little bit more complicated. Is like keeping track of all the like figuring out how the NPCs they have their minor actions and their actions on. I might make it simpler. Just letting them have certain things. So it's just because like they're not necessarily like intelligent. Like the difference between players and NPCs is a little bit. I might
Especially
do
with
things
like
a little.
monster and like non-human NPCs,
Yeah.
it's very
So
simplified.
again, like it might be I might not
That's
do
fine.
it. I might just have their own little economy and make it easier. It might just be that they have like maybe they might just get like a built-in like an extra D20 to hit you for like an aim. Just like certain things is like just to make it a little bit simpler. I'll figure that out still more once I learn. Yeah. So okay, but yeah, we'll get it started here. We'll get it started here. So okay. There's probably a tracker on here too that make it a lot easier to use on the initiative tracker on here too. But so okay, so the first person in order is Silas.
I guess is
So
everyone positioned where they kind of want to be?
oh yeah, I guess we should probably make. I feel like trying to make things somewhat fair for combat, and so I know this is like a basic one. We could just I don't know if you can make me like maybe a little box, then everybody can kind of I don't know if I can figure out how to make this box right now. Maybe like a starting zone maybe that you guys all can just kind of figure out where you want to be in a starting
Well,
zone.
I think Slaya, you moved yourself off to the side. I think that's fine. It does. I looked into this before. It will cost. I think it's going to cost you your major action to climb up the side of the mountain to go like punch the Legion guys. But like you can scale. You can climb walls. You can scale obstacles. Like those are all addressed in the rulebook.
Yeah, exactly my plan. I wanted to see how it worked.
Yep.
Yeah, I
Is
was gonna
anyone
say if you
using this? Is anyone using this pip token?
No, that's you, man.
Cool. I'm gonna borrow it.
is that somebody's pip? Or is that
Yeah,
a person not?
Riley, Nathan is going to be. I'm sorry, yeah, Nathan's going to be Pip. Pip's not
Yeah,
here.
I think that was for another character, but
Oh,
I think that's
okay.
the person that's not here.
Oh, I didn't. I just didn't. Okay,
Or
so
no,
what
who had who's this is stalking right? Stalking prey, Nick. Your position where you want to be, I think.
I mean,
What
you
is?
said it's by zone, so it doesn't really matter where I am as long as I'm in that blue box, correct?
Yeah, as long as it's not a melee weapon. If you're gonna swing at somebody with like a baseball bat, you'll want to be up here technically. But your minor action could just be literally walking up to them.
Right. Yeah, I would find it weird I start combat magically next to my target.
Well, maybe
Yeah.
maybe they're all distracted by the thing. They're looting stuff, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think where you're at's fair. That's
Yeah, I think
fair.
where you're at's fair. I was just making sure that you saw it and you were like,
yeah,
this
I'm
makes sense to be
happy
here.
with
Oh,
that.
just to double check. So you're using Pip.
Oh.
What is your character's name? I'll need to make you a token at some point.
That's
So
Looks
fine.
like
it's Riley. Yeah.
This is the
oh, it's
bond between
Riley.
blues. Yeah, Riley and
Yeah.
Nathan,
Okay,
I stole Pip's
yeah.
token.
and I
I'll make
stole
you
Travis.
one here. I'll make you one here.
Oh, shit.
I don't know.
You're
think
good. We
How
don't mind using these for now. Okay.
yeah.
how
It's a cool looking token.
how gory do you like your combat descriptions?
If you get an opportunity to describe it, man, do it.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah. It's probably fine. I mean, like, there's like a very extreme, excessive that maybe you don't have to go too extreme, right? But I mean, it's probably fine, right? There's a person castrating somebody like that was like
That was a little
you don't
much.
really need that.
Yeah. But like
I was
if you're
like,
like I swing my sword at him and it hits him in the top of his head and it takes his skull clean off and you can see the brain and viscera fly out, like that's okay. But going into details about how you're gonna castrate somebody, yeah, we could probably live without. Someone
yeah,
did do that.
I feel like yeah, you probably are fine. I think I feel like go as far as you want, but if it goes too far, I might have to step in, right? But it's probably fine. I mean, we'll have to test the boundaries a little bit. You're probably fine. But yeah, you could. And like you could describe like yeah, maybe someone's like limb getting cut off or something. I don't know, right? But well, it's probably like an like M rated. Um, but okay. So yeah, I guess okay. So first up in initiative is Silas.
Okay.
So you would choose who you want to shoot at, and then
No,
there
yeah,
are
I'm just trying to see what dice I have to roll for damage because I assume it's a D20 for hit, and then it's a
they're
I think
D6
it's
for
a
damage.
yeah, I was
So
gonna say
it's the number of D6. And
it
then
looks like
we'll go
it's
over that too.
6.
So I'll put this in the chat on it. It's a
Looks like it's
D6.
5 CD, so 5d6.
Yep, that sounds correct.
Cool. Okay. Sorry. Okay. Sorry. I was just checking, making sure so my rolls are good. So measuring it out, I guess I'm gonna try to go and shoot the slightly bigger of looks like Caesar's Legion guy.
Okay.
And I used a D20 to roll.
2d20s.
2 D20s. Okay.
Yeah. So the question here is, do you want to aim at a specific part of his body, or do you just because that
Just center
does
mass.
Okay, you have center mass, perfect. So you can
Yeah.
still take minor action aim to re-roll a dice.
Yeah. Yeah. So I'll aim.
So,
To
Crispy, let me ask you. So what should I give the player initially? Say like they had like defense modifier, right? Should I let them know what their defense
You
is?
don't have to tell it. So that's where we can kind of put that together. We're saying, hey, we're shooting at this guy. I had 2 successes. Does it hit? And you'll just say, yes, it does, or yes, it doesn't. And then you could tell us, if we generated AP off that. And that's how we know. We'll just know that way. If you want to
Okay.
just tell us what their defense are, you totally can do it. That's not going to ruin it for us. But what you don't have to necessarily tell us is what their damage resistance is.
Okay. Okay.
because from the
I
looks of
think
it, like
difficulty is fair to tell us. Damage resistance, we can be, in the
Yeah.
dark. And you'll just tell us because an injury is caused with 5 damage. You can just say, hey, it did not injure, and then we can kind of try and piecemeal, what we got to do to get it done.
okay,
Okay.
so do both both dice have to combine for a roll? So
No.
let me
So, for example, let me pull your thing up here.
I mean I can roll it and then I can just so I have the score.
So you roll so you're using a small gun. So
Yeah.
the number you need to be at or below on small guns is 11. So if
I got
either of your
because
D20s hit 11 or lower, you succeed.
I rolled 2 D20s and I got an 18 and a 17.
So you had no success on either of those dice,
But
but since you minor action aimed, you get to re-roll 1. So you
and
just
I
roll
also
another.
have trigger discipline, so my benefit is reroll 1 D20 on ranged
Perfect,
attacks.
exactly.
So I reroll both again.
So I honestly I would do 1 and then 1 because if you redo them both and you get a 20, you get a malfunction.
Oh, okay. So
you might
roll
want to
one and then the
re-roll.
other.
That's what I would personally do.
Okay, let me try it. So I want to get a low number. Then it's not like a hey.
The
Roll
low
a high
number, yeah, it's the opposite of D&D. Low number wins.
So I rolled a 5.
That is a success. Now you can.
And then,
so we now roll another D20 for your other dice.
and that's a 3.
And
so I rolled a 5 and a 3.
Not only is it a 3, it's a tag skill. So on your tags, in this game, a critical success is a 1. And you can critically succeed on your tagged skills if you roll at or below your rank in that skill. So you're tagged at 3 in small guns. So any 3 or lower is a critical success.
Okay.
So you have generated here, assuming they had a defensive 1. You attack the big guy, so he might have had a defensive 2. We get at least 1 AP from this, possibly 2. So Phil, he had 3 successes. Do we generate any AP?
I'll say I'll for simplistic sake, I'll say because he's the boss, he had 2 defense. So we'll just
So we generate 1 AP.
Yeah.
You because of center mass, you hit him in the chest. That's just what you've chosen to do. So since you did hit him, you'll now roll your D6.
So 5d6 it looks like.
Yep.
Okay.
That sound. Which gun are you using specifically?
My sniper.
Is that like in the?
It's a hunting. Yeah, it's a hunting rifle. It says
rifle.
damage 5 CD.
There you go. Perfect.
Physical, and then it has
Piercing
a pierce 1
right?
effect. Yeah.
Yep, that sounds right.
Do I roll a D like for effect or no?
No. So effects are specifically applied on 5 and 6. 3 and 4s do nothing.
Okay. So because I got 1 6, 2 3s, and 2 4s.
Correct. So you've done 1 damage and had piercing applied once. So piercing is going to ignore one of his damage resistance for physical, and then it would do 1 damage. It's effectively 2 damage being dealt.
Okay. So I'm gonna do 2 damage to him. Got it.
Yeah, 3s and 4s are not good here.
Okay. So again, low numbers is what we want. Got it.
Well, so on the D6, you want a 1, 2, 5, or 6. 3 and 4
1, 2, 5.
specifically are not what you
Is
want.
a no-go.
Yep.
Got it. Okay. So I did 1 damage then. Well, plus a pierce too.
Yeah, 1 damage and 1 piercing was done to his chest.
Okay, and then I guess I'm done. That's my rule. That's my turn.
Now, Phil, I'll fish for some information here. Did we hurt him?
I'm gonna say so. You pierced 1 and you just only did 1 damage and 1 pierce.
Yep.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say actually you didn't hurt him. You just kind of glazed off.
So he has at least 2 physical resistance on his chest. We can glean that from this.
It's kind of rare, but you know he managed. He's a little tougher, right?
So we have to aim for leg or head.
Well, not necessarily. He might have 1 damage resistant on her leg or head, on his leg or head. We don't know where it's at. I also have center mass, so I'm gonna shoot this fool in the chest. I have a combat rifle, so if you've passed an initiative, it would go to me. I'm gonna minor action aim, so I can re-roll. I'm gonna roll my 2d20. 19 and a 15. I have no successes there, but just like you, I get to do my re-rolls. So I re-roll the 19, bummer. Re-roll that 16. 6. That is a success. I am going to use one of my luck points, and I'm going to re-roll my 1 dice that did not succeed. A 10. That does succeed. So I'm now down to 2 luck points. So I have 2 successes. I do get to hit this guy, and now I roll my 5d6. And I deal him 2 damage to the chest, which is nothing. Unfortunately, because I don't have any effects. Now, for the other people listening, it might be worth shooting the little guys here because they might not have 2 toughness to the chest, or it might be worth shooting someone not in the chest. Just due to the nature of our builds here, though, it makes sense for us to just use the center mass and pull the trigger. Yeah. Anyone else using a gun, if you don't have the center mass perk, which lets you just automatically hit somebody in the chest, you can roll a d20, and that will determine where on the body you hit, and it will not impact your difficulty at all. So if I didn't have center mass, and I didn't take minor action aim, I could just shoot at him, roll a d20 if I succeed, and that's where it hits him. The sheets I gave you, they should tell you where, like 1 to 2 is in the head, left arm 9 to 11, right arm 12 to 14. So they're all parts of that. But my turn is over, and so stalking prey would be up.
Yeah. And once you guys get stronger, you're gonna be doing like probably between like 5 to 8 damage, right? So I mean, like this is a fluke, like only doing 2 damage. It's not. Yeah, it's almost like abnormal.
Yeah.
It happens they have like a little bit tougher armor, right? It's almost like a fluke.
But you and I also shot the boss. Like that's we chose to make it a little bit harder on our attack rolls.
All right. Are they in the same zone as me, the 2 legionnaires, or not?
Yeah, they can be in the same zone as you.
All right. All right. So I'm gonna kind of move at like a running crouch. I'll draw this vicious-looking blade that's really like half scavenged hubcap, more of an axe than a machete. And I'm just gonna, obviously they're looking our direction because those sniper rifles are loud. So I'm just gonna beeline it straight towards the closest one and just try to cave in his face. So 2d20, no other modifiers. This is my major action. Do we have anything in the pool?
So we have 1 AP. You moving up to them takes your minor action. You could take the minor action by spending our 1 AP to aim at his head if you want to do that.
No. it's not worth it yet. Let's see.
What do you? So were you being figurative with aiming at his head, or do you actually want to aim at his head?
No, I mean wherever I hit him's good.
Okay. That's why I wanted it's only relevant if you actually wanted to hit him in the head.
I mean, I just assume it's a big axe coming down. Your head usually is what's in the way.
Sure, for sure.
Yeah. All right. So target number is an 11. Let's see what we get in the die roller. I got a 6.
That's success.
All right, so we got a success. So we're going to be doing 3 damage dice plus the additional melee damage die since I have a strength of 8. Now I have a question.
Mhm.
There is a die in the pool. Is there a way to spend that as an extra damage die?
Melee, I want to say yes, but I'd have to double check here. Roll 1d20 real quick just to see where you hit them.
Right. 5.
Not the head. You are hitting him in the chest.
Oh, okay. So instead, I have like a spike on the handle, so I'm just going to try to drive that into his sternum underneath, and just hopefully penetrate into his chest cavity. That should be good.
Damn, brutal.
Yeah. So
yes, in melee, if you successfully hit, you can spend 1 AP to add 1 combat dice.
All right. So I'm rolling 5d6, 3 for the weapon, 1 for the strength bonus, 1 for the action point. But I also generated an action point because I got a success, correct?
No, you have to generate excess successes.
Excess successes. All right, here come the 5d6. A 4, a 2, a 1, a 1, a 6, and the 6 is an effect, right?
Yeah, so you have
Vicious.
So 1 damage is 1, so 2 1s, a 2 is 2 damage, a 6 is 1 damage and an effect. So you have 5 damage and 1 effect on this.
The effect is vicious. What does vicious do?
It's 1 extra damage.
All right, so you said it's a total of how much damage?
So it'll be 6 total damage to his chest.
And I have, what is that? The weapon is a piercing 1.
Oh, what? I thought you said was vicious.
That's a quality.
You're right. That is a quality. Piercing 1 ignores an armor.
Because it's a melee.
What's your weapon again?
Just the machete.
The machete, I don't think is vicious.
I've got the rule book.
Yeah, I'm double checking real quick. I know the machete has piercing 1. Machete has piercing 1, and it is a physical damage. It does not have the quality of vicious unless you had something else that gave it that. Do you have any perks that would give?
No, I know what I did. I think I just got. Do you see where it's the rippers below it?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah. I was just typing wrong.
So it's 5. You did 5
weapon.
damage, and you ignore 1 armor to the chest.
All right. So okay.
So yeah, you hit into him. Yeah, there's a decent amount of blood. He's looking wounded, but he's not dead, but he's looking pretty wounded.
Does he also have 2 toughness to the chest then? Because remember, 5 damage
I guess
in any one hit is an injury.
Oh yeah. He would get an injury. So figure out. I have to double check how the injuries work again.
Begin bleeding heavily at the end of each of your turns. You suffer 2 combat dice of physical damage.
Oh,
and this ignores
pretty good.
damage resistances.
Okay. Yeah.
So he could get first aided. I don't know how smart these guys would be, being given what they are. But at the end of that guy specifically's turn, let's move him over a little bit. He will take 2d6 damage.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah. Oh yeah. I guess I would give you the information. I mean, we'll also say this is kind of like a learning session, right? Yeah. Like, so they had the 1 defense. You needed the 1 defense to exceed, but I think you guys kind of figured that out.
Yeah, we got it.
They were a little bit less armored. I guess you could probably presume they might have like one defensive, one damage resistance versus the 2. But it is a little bit of an easier session, right? We'll just kind of some of this is kind of presumed knowledge. But
It is now
yeah.
the Legion's turn.
Oh, so you can put the little like words on there.
Oh, that's nifty.
So,
Oh, like you attach something.
Or I guess yeah. Oh, that helps. Okay. I'll have to figure out how to use it more still. But as long as we have a whole team, right? It's like nobody has to do everything themselves. He's probably gonna be dead soon, anyways. But I believe it's the. Let's see here.
It's now the Legion's turns.
Okay. So we'll say that the big guy he'll go. Let's see here. I guess he's gonna pull out. Well, he's probably already armed. Oh yeah, he's gonna take he'll take some kind of like a rifle, and he's going to, I guess, aim down at. I'm trying to think. I think it's the tribal. It's Nick's character, right? Yeah. He's gonna aim down at Nick. He's gonna shoot at you. Let's see. So I believe all the enemies, they still use the 2d20, and then they can add. I think it's the 2d20 for basically everything. He's gonna have an extra one here. Fire a rifle. This might not get you actually. Let's see here. What is stats be? Yeah. Okay. So I guess one of them. So what is your defense?
1.
Okay. So 1. So he needed 1 and he got 1. So he's gonna hit you with his gun. Let's see here. Not too good. He's not too good. I guess he's a little bit better than like the minion. He's 5 of these. I have to check that chart. It's 2. It's 2 damage. Ooh, it's kind of ugly. I think that's 8 damage. Just really random 4 2s.
Holy crap. That's a lot of damage.
Yeah. Oh, let's see. Yeah, I'll say this rifle has a vicious quality. Double check. I think double check what that ability is. Is that just like 1 extra damage, basically?
Vicious is an effect, not a quality.
Oh right. It doesn't matter. It doesn't have
Yeah.
the effect going on. Oh, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Okay. So that would be, I believe. So I gotta roll a d20. I think, to determine which. I don't think it's the armor you guys have that matters. But here, I'll roll. It's gonna hit you in the 1. I don't have to look. I'll look at
That's the
chart.
head.
The Legion are brutal. Maybe for 8 damage in the head. Oh, feels savage. I don't know how much health you have, but I think you take a wound unless you have armor.
That would be a wound.
So why is it 8 damage?
Because it's
how do those
4
numbers work?
2s. So I put it in the chat. A 1 is 1 damage. A 2 is 2 damage.
Oh, 2s are 2 damage.
Yeah.
Yep. 3s
It's
and
just like
4s
really-
are nothing.
Really random to get up the 4 2s.
Okay,
Oh.
that makes sense. Because I was sitting here, I was like trying to
Humans
figure
need
out
help.
how to add it
Yeah.
up. So that's about as good a damage roll as you could get.
The plus side for the injury to the head here is it's only going to increase your intelligence and perception tests.
Okay, so right now it's not too big of a deal.
You are hurt, but it's just your intelligence and perception chests that are going to struggle.
So it does 8 damage. So I've got a head wound.
Do you have any head armor?
No.
Okay, then you just if you have 0 physical resistance, you just lost 8 HP.
Oh, so I don't have to track it by location.
No. The HP is really only relevant if you have like power armor, or something, I guess, narratively, or if you're like a robot, your limbs have health.
I'll put an exclamation point because I have a head wound.
Okay. So, yeah, there you go. Yeah. Also, I've heard Fallout can just be a kind of brutal world, one way or the other.
We'll give you some first aid, I think.
Okay, I think so. We'll say that's the end of. Yeah, I guess he could shoot a second time. He's a bigger bad guy. Yeah, there was other guys.
Or you could just have the other 4 characters attack.
He's a boss.
Okay.
He'll fire at he'll fire back at one of you guys. Who
I
was using the
volunteers for me.
chives? Was that you,
That's
Crispy,
me.
using the chives?
Yeah.
Sure, he'll fire at you. He'll fire at you. So I guess it's a little bit of a longer range. I think he is a little bit harder.
Well, it's still
Here.
1 zone away.
Okay. So he'll fire at you. We'll see what happens. Okay, so
You needed 2 successes to hit me.
yeah, he's gonna hit you. Wow.
Okay.
This usually doesn't work. Usually it's the other way around. You guys just steamroll the enemies and they just do nothing. Yeah, we gotta teach you humility, right?
Sure. Yeah.
No. He's gonna hit you surprisingly. I don't know. I have to check that chart. This one.
4 damage, vicious, or with piercing, or vicious. I forget, what did you say he has?
The vicious one.
So 6 total damage. I have 2 physical resistance to the head. So you'll hit me for 4.
Okay. Yeah, there you go. Well, I guess I don't know. Should I roll that d20 to determine where it's gonna hit you?
Sure, go for it. I
I
thought you
had
just.
to-
I wasn't looking. I thought you just said to that.
Oh.
4. 4 is to the torso. I have no physical resistance, so that is 6 damage. I'm at 2 HP, and I roll 2 combat dice at the end of my next turn, unless I'm healed.
Okay. Yeah. So these other guys are going to be a little bit less bad. They're not going to be as hard, right? Okay. So then the Legion, they'll go. Yeah, the guy wounded. I guess. Yeah, he has some kind of like a little like. He's he's like some kind of like a little knife sword. He'll try to attack. Yeah, I guess the guy's standing right in front of him. He'll try to attack. They're not as powerful. Let's see here. Ooh, I think he's gonna miss.
We're stalking, man. He's just there.
Yeah. Yes. Here, I'm going next to you. I don't know if there's flanking. I don't know how much flanking there really is in this game or not, but
None.
I'll have to figure it out. Yeah, he'll swing at you with his little like machete. Oh, 220. The 20s are bad, right?
Yeah, that's a critical failure. You'd have a complication on that.
I think the first one probably would have had 1 too, but 2 of them though. Okay, so yeah, I guess yeah, he'll tell you what, he'll drop his machete in the ground and he'll kind of fall over on his butt. I'll say that the other Legion next to him, he kind of laughs at him. Because he's weak. Weakness is bad to Legion.
That's actually a thing. So weapon related, your weapon can get stuck. You could drop it. Your grip slips and your next melee attack is +1 difficulty. The weapon strikes a wall or railing, throwing you off balance. All those work.
There you go.
Did the guy that rolled an 11 have any success at all?
No.
Okay, there you go. Perfect.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, I don't know. His complication is he's gonna be looking over at the other guy. I guess, kind of laughing at him, sneering him. He's maybe not paying as much attention. It won't be like super bad for him, but who knows. So these other 2 guys, yeah, I guess they're a little bit higher up. The other guys are pretty far away. So, I don't know. I'll move them up a bit. They're gonna advance forward, I guess. So they get closer to you guys. I guess they're gonna take their little pipe rifles and they're gonna fire them. I guess you're the one closest to the. Oh man. Oh, that feels savage.
You can shoot at me. It's fine.
Okay. I'm not exactly sure what happens if a character.
I just
you
want to
might
point
know.
out, just know, Phil. This is why I took the robot last campaign.
Oh yeah. No. I understand. I mean, I understand.
Yeah.
I'm try. I try not to. I try
Well,
to be
Chris
like
is
someone
in
who's.
pain right now.
Oh, they might not hit me. They need 2 successes to hit me.
Okay. Let's see here. I guess trying to think here. Kind of wounded. All right. Yeah. Sure. Tell you what. They'll.
You can shoot at me. I don't care.
Yeah. I'll tell you what. They'll fire at you. They'll fire at you. Yeah. I guess they moved, so they wouldn't be using the aim. They might not even hit you. A one.
Well, it
One's
definitely does hit me.
Oh. Okay. Here, I'll roll it again.
I think
It's gonna be.
they both hit me.
They're gonna hit you. Ooh. Okay.
That's fine. It is what it is.
I don't think these have any special abilities, but they do 4 dice.
Aren't pipe rifles inaccurate? What did you say?
Oh,
they had?
yeah. I don't know. What would that do?
I'm double checking inaccurate in pipe rifle right now. I think
You
it
can't
adds. Yeah. I was just double checking. Not aiming, I think sounds right.
Okay.
Inaccurate.
Yeah. Yeah, I have to double check. I mean, these aren't super impressive. They're just kind of like a crude, they're like a normal rifle. Yeah, I think they don't have any special abilities really, but they're also not terrible, but they're not good.
Yeah, you just can't aim. You didn't aim at me anyways. All right, well, let's see if you put me down.
Okay. I have no idea what happens when you drop, or if you do. Here's the first one.
Yeah.
Here.
What's the other one?
Let's check that chart.
They're getting closer. There's not cover in this game, right? Like you can't like.
There is cover.
Oh, there
There
is.
is, yeah.
Oh shit,
Mhm.
dude.
I just didn't take any.
What is
Taking
it?
cover gives you the advantage when being shot at, so it would increase their. Actually, I have to double check. I think it reduces. So if you're behind cover, you get extra damage resistance.
Is this dude here behind cover or no? This guy behind this like box. Sorry, I don't know if you guys see my pointer.
I do, yeah.
Yep.
I might shoot that guy. I might not shoot that guy then. I might shoot the guy in like next to stalking prey.
You could also first aid me. I am prone on the ground, hurt.
I have 1 medicine, my man.
Don't. Well, yeah. Don't. What's your intelligence?
6.
Yeah, don't bother. Just take a shot, I guess.
Sorry.
Tell you what, I'll say that the Legion. They say for the Legion, kill the weak. So they'll yell out at you guys.
Okay, well I'll shoot this guy then here. The guy I'm pointing at.
Okay. Oh yeah, that one guy. He was Oh yeah, let me roll for that one guy before his turn ends. I think he's probably just gonna die. Let's see what he gets.
Gets a 1. And the
So
6.
2 damage.
Yeah, I'll say that. Oh yeah, that one guy. Yeah, he's gonna. Here, I'll delete him. He's dead.
Nice. Alrighty, so I'm gonna roll aim with one of my actions. And I'm gonna roll 1d20, then I'm gonna roll the other one. I got a 3. And then a 19, but I'm gonna re-roll the 19. I got a 6. So that 3 becomes a 1 because I have a small arms. And that other, does that 6 also go down to 3 or no? Does it just stay as a 6?
Your 6 is just a success.
Okay, cool. So then 5d6s.
So that was 3 successes, and you were shooting at one of the little guys.
Yeah, the guy right
So
next to
we
Stock
we've
and
gen-
Trade.
we now have 2 AP.
Okay.
I
Hold
got
on.
a 1, a
Did we skip
1.
someone's turn? Slaya needed to go.
Oh, I don't know if it's.
Oh,
I wasn't
oh,
keeping
oh.
track.
I go at the
Oh,
end.
sorry, I
And
wasn't.
and,
I
and
wasn't keeping
Riley
track.
and Riley, right?
I'm
Or-
after the Legion guys.
They all just went. Did you take your turn?
Oh shit, my bad.
Oh, I wasn't. Sorry, I wasn't paying attention.
Yeah.
Um.
Riley and
Okay,
Slaya
so
both have a turn.
yeah, so I guess sorry, Riley, you'll be next.
Very nice. So
No, we have no
Crispy,
AP. I am
yeah,
down.
Crispy. Which one are you? You're
I'm
down.
chived. Yeah, I'm currently on the ground dying.
So does that mean I need to stabilize you?
You could do it post combat if you want to take a turn to remove my injury and make me conscious. You could. What's your intelligence repair or intelligence first aid medicine?
Medicine is 3, intelligence is 7.
So you need to roll a 10 or lower. I mean, you could do that. I'm not going to sit here and tell you you have to. I don't think Phil's going to make me reroll my character at the end of this game.
Oh yeah, yeah, it's fine. This is,
Unless
That's
Yeah,
unless
fine.
everybody die. If everyone goes down, I don't know. It's a friendly. This is a friendly tutorial. Like,
it's like an
not me kill
introduction.
you. I mean, I don't know. It's possible that you could have been dead, right? But it was a friendly like a learning session, right?
I mean, I pulled up the rules. I'm not dead. I'm just prone, unconscious. I am currently dying.
Yeah, don't worry too much.
So then, if you does that qualify as you being injured, or is that, or
I
can I
do
just
have
heal you straight?
I do have an injury.
Okay.
I am injured to the chest. We said.
Gotcha. All right. And so I've got a 10 for my medicine and intelligence. I roll a d20. It's under 10. I've
10 or lower.
successfully healed
So
you.
even at 10, you would successfully heal. Mhm.
Okay. And then, so if I successfully heal you because I have 3 in medicine, that's 3 health points back to you.
Yes. Yeah. You would heal me. I'd have to take my minor action to stand up, and then I could start shooting again.
Very nice. Yeah. So what I think I'll do is I'll take my minor action to move over to you, and then I'll roll to treat your injury. That's a d20. Wow.
You
Okay.
roll a second d20. You roll 2 d20s total.
2. Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
So 11 would be, I guess, or I mean,
Yeah.
unless Phil wants to say, yeah, go ahead, roll those 2. You could use a luck point to re-roll the 16 technically, and that could be your 5. That would give you a
Yeah.
success.
You
Yeah, that's fair.
could
That's
do
fair.
that.
That's fair.
I mean, it's good. I thought we were going to fight a mole rat. Yeah, that'd be something, huh? Okay, so
Worse
when
than better.
healing, let's see, injury, just double check this real quick.
So with an
Oh,
injury, passing allows the patient to ignore penalties of their injury.
yeah, I now go to 1 HP. I've been stabilized. And then, let's see. At that point, I'd have 2 options. We don't have any AP, unfortunately, to wake me up and act normally.
Yeah, I'll have to figure out some of the basic rules, like whether you're unconscious or you get up and stuff. This is supposed to be a little more.
Yeah. On my
Yeah,
after,
I guess like
it's
like
okay.
a stim pack. I feel like with the stim pack, you definitely I feel like you'd be able to get
I
up.
would for sure get up with a stim pack. I don't think he used one though.
But yeah,
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, it's all right. I'll just be laying there, but not dead. And then on the turn after my next one, I'll be able to do things.
Yeah, no, that's good.
And if we possibly generate any AP, an AP can be spent to wake me. But it would then be Slaya's turn.
Okay.
Obviously, this is how you start liking super mutants, because the super
I
mutants.
think this might be what warms me up to you.
Saves your
I'll tell you
life.
what, I'm just gonna use the restroom really quick here. I think. Tell you what, Crispy, you kind of know what you're doing. I'll let you can kind of handle it.
Sure,
You
that's
you
fine.
already know their defense. I'll be right back in like 1 minute. Yeah, you can just keep going. Well, this is we're here to learn, right? And this isn't like
Yeah.
I'll be
It's
back
okay.
in like 1 minute.
You're good. All right, so Slaya, what do you want to do here? Do you want to just get up in there?
Yes, I would like. I see these humies getting destroyed by whoever these guys are.
They just kind of look
These are
like
bull
generic bad
boys.
guys
Oh,
based
these are
off
bull
of your
boys.
comics. Yeah. All
Bull
right.
boys bad.
So I would say that minor action to move, major action to get up in there and just maybe shout at them. Unfortunately, we don't have any AP for you to then swing at somebody, but you can be up in here. Just because you started not like only because you have to climb up the hill to get there.
So he sees this little battle unfolding with the bull boys getting the best of you.
Yes, exactly.
Bull boys bad. So there's a shiny up there.
There is a shiny up
Shiny
there.
could be good.
The shiny could be good. All right, that would be
I have to do a
unfortunately
test to
just.
get up there. I have to do a test to get up there, don't I?
I wouldn't
Or is it just going to
personally
be
make
movement?
you.
I have
I
11
would make that
strength.
I would make it your major action to get up the hill. If anything, you would roll. I'd say like athletic strength.
So it'll always be a roll, right?
Phil could narratively make like say. Oh, so it's
Because I know
almost always a roll to do
you generate
anything.
AP. Like if I'm
You
taking
do
my minor
generate
action, you
AP.
generate AP. So
Yeah, I think that's fair. I
what would
think
be the
you
difficulty on this?
1 or 0.
1 or 0. I have 11 strength and what's it called?
You'd either
Tag
do,
athletics.
yeah, you'd either go athletics. So this is where narratively the DM could say, give me athletics agility or give me athletic strength. I would use it as written athletic strength to scale it. What is your
No, that's what
target
Slay would do.
number?
So he, starts climbing up with brute strength.
What? Yeah.
Target number
What's your
is 14.
14? Yeah.
Yeah,
Roll
14.
2d20s.
2 successes. I generate 1 AP.
Are you tagged in athletics at all?
Yes. Oh, that's a crit.
So
Yeah,
that's
that's a
3
crit.
successes.
So 2 AP. Oh, I can take another action then.
I would say you generate 2 successes there for sure. If we were to give this as a difficulty of 1 to scale, it could. There are often difficulty 0 tests in the game. He might just make it difficulty 1 just because he wants to punish me. So we now have 2 AP here where you could go clobber somebody, or you could take another minor action to move to go somewhere else. So you could be like up on this guy, or maybe you're up in here on these
I don't
guys.
know. Big guy's mine. I'm Slayer.
Okay.
No, big guy's mine,
Yeah,
obviously.
you saw the biggest thing, the biggest guy there, and you
I
didn't
see
like
the
it.
knight. He reminds him of Knight Stefan from the Grognak Barbarian. Grognak the Barbarian comics. This is Knight Stefan being attacked and knocked off his horse by the Aquilonian soldiers.
Now, this is
I
where
get it.
it's a little more difficult because technically any extra major action you take requires an increased difficulty.
Oh, you're
So,
absolutely right. So let me
hypothetically, you'd need 3 successes to hit this guy. What you could do is you could do, I think it was called Rally.
I was thinking of that. Yeah.
Yep. Mhm. And Rally is a difficulty 0 typically, so it would become difficulty 1, and that is, I want to say, survival endurance. If it's even called a Rally, let me double check.
We
You
can
knew
do
what I
survival endurance.
meant. You just check that.
The target number is 12.
Let me just check this.
He's gonna beat on his chest.
So what I would also say here is before you roll your d20s, it's endurance survival, yeah, difficulty 0. So we add 1 difficulty to it because it's your second action. You can spend an AP to add another d20 to your pool. I think with it's one more AP for another. No, it's 2 AP. Never mind, we don't have any AP. You spend the 2 AP to take this action, and you would roll 2d20. Yep. So Slaya,
He
give us
rallies, he beats on his chest, trying to get the big guy's attention.
yeah, I like it.
He needs to defend Knight Stefan. 11-11. It meets the. Wait, yeah, it does. Yeah, 2 successes. So 1 AP.
So yeah, we net 1 AP off it. He has rallied Phil. He scaled the wall. He got up in front of the big bad guy, and he beat on his. What did you do again?
I beat on my chest.
What do you say?
He doesn't say anything. He growls.
He just growls. Okay, he's just beating on the chest. You don't like taunt him or anything.
Oh,
Basically, it's a taunt.
Okay, all right.
Basically,
Just
it's a
checking.
taunt.
Just checking.
I feel like okay, yeah. The way he faces you, he has like a little bit of respect in his eyes towards you. He might think you're a little like I don't know. He might think you're a little weak or weird, but he also kind of respects you, right?
I don't know what he would feel about a super mutant.
He
getting
sees
up
an
in his
injured
face.
super mutant,
Yeah.
limp
Yeah.
towards him, and he looks quite skinny.
Yeah.
He's tall.
Yeah,
He's
it's
just
a little
hunched
bit of
over, quite skinny.
A little bit of respect, also a little bit like a little weird, no, at the same time. So.
All right,
Okay,
and then
yeah,
we
he's
would
ready.
restart the turn order with Silas.
Okay.
So do I just re-roll everything, or do I just keep going where I was at?
You will have to roll again to do anything. So if you want
Got
to
it.
shoot,
Okay.
yeah, you can pick a new target. It's all a dice roll again.
Cool. So again, same guy. I'm gonna shoot.
You're gonna
The
shoot the
next guy next to
boss.
Stock and No. The guy next to
Oh,
Stock and
okay.
Prey. This guy down
Gotcha.
here, the one I'm pointing at. So let me do my.
Is
2D
that the guy who dropped his sword? Is he prone?
The guy that dropped the sword is right next to Stalking Prey.
Oh, right. Yeah.
So I'm gonna roll 1d20. Then I'm gonna roll the other one. 17.
So you would for your initial. Oh, what are you rolling? What is this? Are you rolling for location to shoot at? No, you're shooting them in the chest no matter what. Correct. You've minor action aimed. You're shooting this guy in the chest. Oh, did I cut out?
I got a 4 the second time.
Okay. And due to your trait, you can re-roll your 17, or you did
Yeah.
re-roll this.
Yeah, I got the 4. And then now I gotta roll 5d6 for damage.
Hold on, real quick.
Yeah.
So have you rolled your 2d20 total, or did you roll one and for what? Like you roll 2d20
I rolled
period.
1. I rolled
So
I rolled
you always
1 and then I re-rolled. I rolled another one. Okay.
yeah, you always roll 2d20.
Okay, let me roll one more then. So the second one was 3. So I got
There
a
you
4
go.
and a
So
3.
3
That's-
successes to shoot this guy in the chest.
The 3's a crit, right?
Yep, that's why it's 3 successes. Mhm.
So then I
Nice.
roll 5d6.
We're at 3 AP. You roll your
And
5d6.
then I rolled 2
Damage.
1s, 1
Mhm.
2, 1 5, and 1 6.
So you have 6 total damage and 2 effects.
So 6 damage plus 2 effects, so 2 piercing.
Correct. So you ignore 2 physical resistance to this guy's chest, and then you smack him for 6. So if he would be injured in the chest for sure.
And then that would be my turn.
It's like a double check for that damage. What damage did you do to him total at the end?
6 physical damage to the chest, ignoring 2 damage resistance.
Okay. Yeah, he's looking really bad.
Is he technically
not-
it's not the boss, it's the little guy.
Yeah, he's
that's
not that.
small.
He's not dead, but he's looking like really, really bad.
The question is he injured?
Oh yeah, he takes an injury.
Yes. Okay. Perfect. It would then be so. What you could do if you wanted, since we have 3 AP, you could shoot the other guy or the same guy, and it would be difficulty 2 to hit them, if you wanted to.
Nah, I think I'm gonna leave the AP, and I'm just gonna end it because I don't want to risk missing.
Okay. And have you tracked your bullets spent as you were shooting?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Just
so
checking.
far
You're good.
I've shot so I need
2
my
bullets.
next one I'm gonna have to reload.
I
'Cause I think a
I-
hunting rifle holds what, technically 3 to 4.
I don't know how reloading works. I'll be super real with you.
Oh,
Oh,
I
I'll
don't
have
think
to
it
look it up.
matters. There's no reload action. So your fire rate, what it holds, that's for spending extra ammo to add combat dice.
okay. So my fire rate is, well, technically it's 0 because it's a sniper rifle.
Correct. So you can never add extra ammo to deal more damage.
Yeah.
So like the combat rifle has a rate of 2, so I could spend 2 extra ammo to add 2 more combat dice.
Yeah, so far I've shot like 4 rounds. So I would technically, I think in Fallout the hunting rifle it can be upgraded to hold 5 bullets. So I only have 1 more round.
Reloading
think
is
there's
not going to be
reloading in the
relevant.
game.
Yeah, there's no reloading in the tabletop.
The game assumes you're always reloading. I think that
Okay,
is
so
just
okay,
fire rate.
cool. So we're constantly really got it.
Oh,
Got it.
okay.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
So then
there
my
is-
Do the
turn's
pro,
my-
adding the bullet in.
Okay, so then my turn's done. So then
it would be
okay,
my
got it.
turn, and I
You're
will
down.
I'll just wake up now.
Nice.
Oh yeah.
Or you can spend an AP to wake me up. And that
Could
puts us at
could
2
that be done with a bonus action?
When I double checked the rules here, whenever I was looking at the healing, it just said spend an AP and you can wake that person up.
Well, we have 3, so you should be good.
Well, I can't wake myself up.
So could I?
You either wake me up or I spend my turn waking up doing nothing.
So I guess I'll wake you up.
Yeah. And we'll have 2 AP left over. And so now I get a turn. I will stand up with my minor action. And I will center mass shoot the one guy that's not injured.
So purely out of curiosity,
Mhm.
does this game allow you to fire, a long rifle from prone?
Yeah.
Yes.
Why would
There-
you stand up and make yourself a bigger target?
Well, because it was an unconscious down. If anything, I'd still have to spend my action to like position myself. Like I would assume I got shot in the chest and I fell down backwards. Is what I would say.
Oh, okay. Because I'm imagining, yeah.
In-
There's
in-
a
yeah,
reason I'm staring at the prone because of my turn.
I could choose to lay down in the. I could do that instead of standing up. I'm gonna roll over, use my minor
that's
action
valid.
to roll over in the prone
Valid.
position to make it harder for me to hit. That's a good
I
call.
would say yeah. There are the pros and the cons of being in like prone, right? So it could right now it's probably good,
Yeah.
but sometimes it's bad.
Correct. Yeah. It's a difference between choosing to go prone and getting knocked prone.
Yeah, I would say that when you kind of come back to consciousness, you could just stay prone if you wanted. I mean,
Yeah, I'll just use my minor action to position myself. While prone enemies at close range. Yep, exactly. Yeah. If they ran up on me, they could hit me at difficulty 0. Yep. So I minor action to position myself, which I think is fair considering I was knocked unconscious. And I will shoot the other guy in the chest. I get to choose, as is my right with my perk. That's unfortunate. I'm gonna spend a luck point. I'm gonna reroll that 20. And I succeed. So I get to shoot this guy in the chest. And I'll roll my 5 dice. 1, 2, 3. 3 with no effects to the chest. On the other guy, not the injured guy.
Yeah, he takes. Yeah, he looks like he's bleeding a little bit, but he's still mostly fine.
He was hurt. That's fair. And that would be my turn.
Okay, so I think.
So then stalking prey is up.
Well, I hate to be that guy, but this is the learning experience, right?
Mhm.
I want to pick up the wounded guy, throw him over the wall into the valley below.
Ali, man.
Oh, I like it.
What do you want me
Okay,
to
yeah.
do?
Oh, that's a good question.
It's either athletics
I
or
didn't
throwing.
think. Yeah, I didn't think that was a thing.
No, you definitely can try stuff like this. Okay, so yeah, I'll say you need a difficulty check 2, and you can use skill of. Yeah, I guess there's probably like some kind of strength.
Strength
Yeah, I guess.
athletics.
Yeah, that could
So when
work.
you say difficulty 2, I've got to get 2 successes on the 2d20s, right?
Correct.
Yeah.
And this is where I would say use an action point to add an additional d20 to your dice pool. So you'd roll 3 at once.
No, I'm not going to do that because
Okay.
it sounds cool, but statistically, because he's prone, I'm actually better off just decapitating him.
No one's prone. He's just injured to the chest.
Oh,
I'm
actually,
the only
he's
prone person.
he's actually kind of on the ground actually.
Is he?
Remember he
Because
like dropped the sword, or is that guy dead?
no, the guy right next to you that dropped his sword, he's not injured. He just dropped his sword.
Oh, he's unarmed.
Yeah, he's
Well,
unarmed,
unarmed.
but
he
he's
dropped
still
it. Well, hold on. He
around.
dropped his sword, but he also fell over on the ground too.
Okay, so he is prone, but he is not injured.
Yeah, I think
Right,
he's
he's just
uninjured.
prone.
And
Okay.
while prone, enemies at close range reduce difficulty by
Okay.
1.
All
So
right.
if it was normally, are you saying it would have been a difficulty 3 normally to throw some guy?
He was saying it would be
Oh, no.
difficulty 2 to throw a guy over the edge, but to hit
What?
him is easier because melee weapons is a tag skill, and I only need 1 success to hit somebody with a sword, but I need 2 successes to throw him. Correct?
Well, he's down, so you'd need 0 successes to hit him.
All
with the
right, so
sword.
we're going to just rack up successes. All right, I'm going to
Yeah,
roll
yeah.
the 2d20 first to see if I exceed at all difficulty.
I was just trying to come up with a number because, like, I don't know, this is like an improviser, so it's like I don't know, two felt fair, but yeah, it's fine. Yeah, go ahead.
I think
Whatever
2
you want.
definitely felt fair, but if you can melee attack somebody and get free money,
So
Yeah,
technically,
well, whatever you want.
So at a
Mhm.
difficulty
one's-
0, I have no successes. I have 2 failures.
and you don't you don't need successes because it's a difficulty 0.
All right, but I don't get any extras.
You wouldn't gain any AP. You could spend a luck point to re-roll one of those though if you want.
You know, I think now would be a good time to spend one of those luck points, re-roll that d20. Oh god,
Critical
that's
success.
nice. Critical success.
So we generate 2 AP off it, so we're back up to 3.
So we got 3 in the pool. And we're
now you
gonna-
roll damage.
All right. Do I do damage and then find out where the damage goes, or
So
do
you could roll 1d20 first and just see where it's going to hit.
13 is the right arm.
To the right
All right.
arm.
So I'm going to
Chop.
try to
Chop his arm
break.
off.
Yeah, we're just going to try to cut the arm off. So that's 4 damage dice.
You could spend an AP to add another one.
I will do that. Gotta leave 2 in the tank. So that'll be 5 damage die.
3 damage, 3 effects.
And so it's 3 piercing.
Yeah, he'd at most have 2 armor on his arm, the little guy. Unfortunately, piercing past 0 doesn't do anything that I'm aware of. So it's for sure 3 damage to the arm.
Okay.
Yeah, I'll say you looks like you hurt him pretty bad. I'll say that using machete, right?
Correct.
Yeah, I guess you slam down his arm and you cut his arm off.
Nice.
Oh wait, it's gone? His right arm?
Yeah.
Was he right-handed?
People are typically ambidextrous in this.
I don't know. Yeah, he could be right-handed.
Okay. Good to know. I still
Congrats,
have a
man.
All right, I have a minor action.
Yes.
Aim, draw, interact, move, take a chem. Be a good time to take chems. I don't have any chems.
I can throw you a Comex.
That
It'll calm you down.
He's exactly how he wants to be right now. He's living his best life.
Nice. I like it.
He took someone's arm off. He doesn't like these guys.
He's like, yeah.
So this is where you could.
I'm going to climb up. I'm going to use move to climb up towards the super mutant and the boss. That'll be my minor to move one zone. Or do I need to do something other than just a regular minor move?
Now climbing up, I think that's fine. I mean, I don't. Is this technically elevated, Phil?
A very little bit. Not.
I mean, there is technically. Is the trapdoor technically there?
Well, I see. Yeah, the one point to the other one is just like, yeah. I'll say a minor action. You're not too far away either.
All right,
There
yeah.
you go.
And then the one where the Brotherhood's at is another elevated on top.
Got it.
But
All right. Yeah, I'll grab hold and pull myself up behind the super mutant and just yell. As in just yell, incomprehensible screaming as I'm covered in the blood spraying out from the Legionnaire's severed arm.
I like it.
okay,
That's it for me.
I think it's the Legionnaire boss.
Yes.
Okay, so I don't. So there's no opportunity attack really. So.
Correct.
He's gonna climb up actually next to this injured knight. I'll be up there. And he'll. Let's see here. Oh, I don't know. I'll see which one he's gonna attack. All right, he's gonna shoot at the super mutant. It's rifle.
The super mutant did shout aggressively in his, or beat his chest in his face.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
that makes
that's
sense.
right. I rolled right. Yeah, they're both pretty intimidating, but one is maybe a little bit more. All right, he's gonna shoot you. He's gonna know if this didn't load or not. How much defense do you have, Slaya?
1.
1. Okay, so he's gonna hit you. Let's see.
1 damage.
Do you have any armor?
Where did he hit? Chest?
You're
Oh
one.
man.
To the head.
And no.
You take 1 damage.
It's a glancing blow.
Emotional damage. Okay.
Gives him a cool scar.
Yeah, he's for the Legion. He's gonna try to shoot the tribal, I guess, next to you. Let's see if he can hit you. Oh, I don't. Okay. Complication. Yeah, he'll try to re-roll that 20. He might not get any better. 8. Oh, okay. How much defense do you have, Nick?
Well, I have 1, but I won't be a jerk and say, why does he get to re-roll that? Center of mass?
Does he get a re-roll? Oh, because I got a GM points.
Oh, that's how you re-roll it. Okay.
Yeah, that's fair. I'll say he gets a little re-roll there. It's sometimes a little bit subjective, but you can do some stuff. Okay, so I mean, I feel like me spending the AP is gonna be a lot less. I'm gonna do a lot less than you guys.
Okay.
Occasionally, I might do something. He's gonna shoot at you. 3s and 4s are terrible, right? Yeah.
Correct. 3s and 4s are nothing. So you had 2 damage, 1 effect.
Yeah, I guess the 2 damage and then a vicious 1. This is one. I think it's basically just like 1 damage. I think.
1 additional damage. Yeah. Where did you hit him?
Oh yeah. Where did I hit you? To the 10. Was that the torso?
That is the left arm. So 3 damage, 3 physical damage to your left arm.
Yeah.
I'm at 1 HP.
Oh wow.
Hey, you're still alive though.
Yes.
And not in. Yeah, I like it.
Okay, so these minions, a couple. Yeah, they're all. Well, yeah, one of them is like severely wounded, but the other 2 are kind of.
This guy is wounded to the chest.
Yeah.
He'll take 2 combat dice damage at the end of the turn.
Okay. Let's see here. Oh yeah, I guess this one here.
Is he
He's.
gonna pick up his weapon or stand up?
Yeah, I think he'll stand up and he'll pick up his weapon. Tell you what, I'm just gonna have him. I'm not gonna have him attack. I'm just gonna have him move up next to you. I'll just say that'll be his turn. It's no fighting, but guess they're gonna try to turn around and attack 2 of them close by.
Not the guys that just shot at them and the one that injured him?
No, they'll fire the guys close to you. I don't know. I try not to admit it too much. They're close by. It makes sense. They're probably all gonna die here soon, anyways. I'll have one of them fire at Slayer, and then one of them fire at the tribe. Great. I'm thinking hit you. I'm gonna say they're gonna miss. The first one's gonna miss. Second one is gonna. Okay, so the one at the tribal is gonna hit, but the one at Slay is gonna miss. So. Six.
2 damage, 2 effects.
2 damage.
Where's he hitting him?
Oh, that's a good question.
And it's a pipe rifle, so it has no effects. 14. The right arm. 2 damage to the right arm. Do you have any physical resistance on your right arm?
No, I actually have 1, but
So
it's irrelevant because I'm at 1 HP, so I am down.
Yep, you are downed.
I'm downed.
And then Phil roll 2d6 for the injured.
Oh yeah.
guy.
If he takes any damage, he's gonna die.
He takes at least 1 damage.
1. All right, he's dead.
Uh-huh.
This guy. Here, dead.
And then it will be Riley's turn.
Yeah. Oh. Tell you what, boys, I actually think I gotta call it a night because it's about 4:30 in the morning.
That's fair.
Oh.
Do you want to take one last shot at somebody?
You know what? Shit. Yeah. Why not? This guy right here. What?
Yeah. You need 1 success to hit him.
Very nice. All right. So we'll go ahead and use. I'll use my minor action to aim, and then I'll go ahead and do my major action to attack him with my laser pistol. That is energy weapons and perception. So both those together is 8. So do I need to roll better than an 8?
An 8 or lower.
Right.
And you would technically need to be right here. But that's okay.
Oh yeah, with the range, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And where's that dice rolling tab? It is 2 d20s, right?
Yes. Yep, you use 2 d20s. And you got plenty of luck to reroll stuff with. But you succeed.
Ooh. Very nice. Very nice.
So 2
And
successes.
I roll.
So
Yep,
that's
and
1
I roll a
AP.
d20. Yep. And I roll that d20 to determine where the shots land because I didn't aim for a specific portion.
Mm-hmm. 15, the left leg, and now you roll your 4d6. One, two, three, for 3 damage.
Very nice. That ain't shabby. That ain't too shabby.
So Phil, 3
Yeah.
damage to this guy's left leg.
He's pretty. He looks fairly injured. He's still up, but he's injured.
Very nice.
Not an injury, which is like taking.
He's hurt. He's hurt.
Yeah.
Good job. Thanks for playing, Riley. Or Nathan. Appreciate you coming in.
Yep. No,
Yeah,
sorry
thanks
about that.
for-
No, I just wasn't planning on it to go on this long, and I
Nah,
got work
hey,
tomorrow
you saved my life.
or today.
Yeah. Hey,
But
thanks
yep,
for
I
showing
will.
up.
Yep,
We'll
I
look
will
into talking
chat with
later.
you guys next Sunday.
I look forward
All
to
right.
it. Thank you so much.
Cheers.
Juice.
Your partner.
It is now Slaya's turn.
Slaya walks up to the boss, confronts him, and gives him a good walloping.
Okay.
He says, boot, and he points at his boots, and then he points at that guy's head. Face. He attacks him. Unarmed with knuckles. Target number is 14. One success. I miss him.
Use a luck point. You reroll your 16. Your luck
Okay.
resets
Yeah,
at the next session
let's
anyway.
do that then. Let's roll. Use a luck. Oh,
Use another luck point. Use another luck point.
Betrayed me. I can continually. I thought
Can
I
you do
couldn't
multiple
reroll it.
luck points?
Let's double check real quick.
I don't think I can
No.
reroll a reroll.
Let me double check. That's a good question, actually. I'm under the impression that you could, but I could be wrong.
Okay. I mean, I don't know this.
Oh, no. 1 luck per dice.
I'm pretty sure you can still use an action point. I think to.
You use an action point to add dice before. Yeah, action points don't reroll dice; they just give you more dice.
I would have thought you would have used an action point, honestly, because he's a boss. It'd been harder to hit anyways. So if you didn't do it before, I'll say you can do it now.
Okay, do we
The
have
presumed
action
difficulty
point?
if you wanted.
We have action point. Yeah, we have 3 action points.
Yeah, I'll say you can do one now. It's a presumption that it's difficult, so you would probably need 2 anyways.
So just 1 d20 right now.
For the sake of the practice, right? It's a practice session, not super brutal.
12. It is a target. It is a success. So 2 successes.
Okay. So you hit him.
And so that's the thing with failing is even if you hit a 20, you can still succeed on the attack.
Use AP, so
We're down to 2
so I have 11 strength. That's 3 extra dice, so it's 66. One, two, 3, 4. 4 damage.
And then you'd roll a
Am I
d20.
reading that right?
Yeah. Where do you hit him?
Oh, let me roll. Yeah. 3.
Almost the face. And right to the chest.
Chest, and I would like to spend another luck point to activate my Slayer perk to create an injury.
Nice.
Oh, nice.
Nice.
It's just 2 combat dice at the end of his turn. 2d6s.
So yeah, you hit him for a little bit of damage. First time he's got hit, but it's not too much. But
He
he's
does take
a
it
little
in
bit wounded.
chest though, which means he will roll 2 combat dice at the end of his turn.
Yeah. So you did something to him. First one to hit him.
You did the right thing.
Piercing strike to the chest. Start.
All right, that will
To Silas.
restart. Yep.
So, I'm trying to think who's.
Silas.
Is it you, Unwanted? I don't know if you're
Yeah,
AFK or not.
unwanted.
Yeah, it's my turn. I'm just waiting. Okay, how low is this guy here? Is he dead?
He's looking. I say he's looking pretty low.
So I can.
He's
I
not
reckon
dead,
I
but
can
he's
finish him off
yeah.
then.
He's killable.
Yeah,
Okay,
he's killable.
So
Yeah,
I'm
if you
gonna.
smack him like you've been smacking them.
Oh yeah, that guy. I
I'm
think that's the
gonna-
one that lost his arm too, or his hand.
No,
Yeah,
the
what's
one that
So I'm
lost
gonna-
the arm is up here.
Oh
so
yeah,
I'm
well that
gonna-
one's also bad. They're both
I'm gonna
pretty terrible.
I'm gonna pop a shot at him. Again, center mass like I have been.
This one.
I'm gonna take aim with my bonus action.
Yep.
First roll's a 5, so I'm gonna roll my other 20. Second roll's also a 5, so that's 2 hits.
Generate 1 AP, so we're at 3 AP.
Now I'm gonna roll my 5d6s. I got 1, 1, 2, 2 5s, and a 6.
6 and 3 effects. That dude.
Oh,
That guy's hurting.
And that's all I can do.
Yeah,
Cool.
so 6 with 3 piercing, right? To the chest.
Yeah, 5 and
So
6. So 3 piercing, and then 2 is 2 damage. 1, so 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 6 and 3.
you hit. Yeah, we'll see you hit him right in the heart, and he just drops. No, he's gonna hit the edge. He's gonna hit this edge. He's gonna fall off the edge.
Damn it! I want to loot him.
Oh yeah, that's it. Well, he'll drop his little gun, but his armor or whatever. I don't know.
All
And
right.
then that, my friend, is my turn.
Nice. I will shoot the guy next to stalking prey. I'm gonna minor action aim, center mass, shoot him in the chest. 2d20. I'm gonna reroll the d20 first with my minor action aim. Boom, and I'll roll the 18 now with the center mass. And that is 2 successes. So I hit him in the chest. And then I roll my 5d6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 damage to the chest of the injured guy. So 4 total damage if he only has 1 physical resistance.
He is going to get hit, and he's gonna drop dead.
Nice. That means it gets to be Stalking Prey's turn.
I am dying, so let me get my
Oh,
die roller back. I need to do an endurance survival test, and I have 2 injuries, so I need 2 successes. Target number 11.
Are you injured twice?
Yes, because first remember the head injury.
The
'Cause
head
you-
injury,
Yeah.
Oh,
Uh-huh.
oh wow.
I get 1 success. I'm going to spend a luck point to re-roll the
You
fail.
can also, before you use the luck, again, it's your first time. We have 3 AP. You can add an AP to your, or add a dice to your roll if you want
Oh
to.
yeah. Go ahead. Yeah, go ahead.
All right, we'll
So
spend
roll
the
1 more
AP.
d20 no matter what. Yeah.
That is a well, I can't tag on a. I'm not dead,
So 2 successes. There
right,
you go.
but all that means is I remain alive, but I'm still dying. I have to do that every turn.
But we net an AP off that. You needed 2
Right.
successes. Yeah.
Yeah.
So the importance is you're not dead though.
I'm not dead. So
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
if this was a
Yeah,
real,
I'm not sure the rules of dying. I'm not sure the dying rules, but
It's as he did it. Yeah, he rolls.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's what he has to do.
Okay.
I was just healed before it was my turn, so I didn't have to do that.
Yeah.
Okay. So where are we at on the order? Who just went?
Me, although I didn't really do a
Stock.
lot, but just lie on
so-
my back.
Yeah, it's the boss's turn.
Okay. Tell you what. Here, I'll do a little bit of a story thing. We'll kind of finish this up here. So this Legion, he pulls out he takes his rifle and he aims it at your head, Slaya, like he's gonna shoot you in the head. But we'll say that this knight here, he's somewhat conscious, and he takes his Gatling laser and he puts it in the back of this legion, and he just fires like 10 of these laser shots at this legion guy, and he's gonna die. He's gonna be killed. Boom. There you go.
He's killed.
Brotherhood of Steel for the win. Right then. The way I kind of positioned him, it made sense. It's gonna be interesting. I didn't know what was gonna happen. There you go. Survived your encounter. Oh, well, yeah, almost. Some of you guys got really low. I heard follow is a very potentially very lethal system. I've never seen it in person. Just how low you guys got. Well, okay,
Yeah.
there you go though.
Well, I don't think any of us really have good.
Did we get a level up off this? This is a deadly combat.
Start the campaign off on level 2.
Yeah, you know what? Tell you what. That's a fair argument. I think this is a good session per session. I'll give you guys all a level up here.
The first level
We'll
is
do
the
a lot.
easiest to get.
Oh damn, we're level 2 now. Shit.
Oh yeah, I guess you guys can get a little bit of loot here too. Yeah, I can always I can always get figured out for you guys. The boss will say he had that little bit nicer of a rifle, but otherwise they had some kind of junk, but you could always sell it or. But let's see.
We have collectively started to stabilize stalking prey.
I feel out of combat. Yeah, you guys can just go. You can take a little bit of time, but you can stabilize or make sure everyone's up. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
Is there any interaction that we would have with this brotherhood, or we could start the next session off by just?
Oh no, yeah, you guys can talk to him right here really quick. Yeah, yeah, it looks like this brotherhood. He kind of starts kind of standing back up. It's this big Gatling laser. Looks pretty terrifying. Well, you think he's on your team at least? He's your allies. So
well, we do have an initiate in our party.
Yeah, he'd probably kill you all otherwise, right? But he's here and he's on your team. So, yeah, he says, add Victorium. Thanks for helping me deal with these Legion scum.
It's our pleasure. The Legion is definitely scum. What happened to your bird?
Well, we were flying over. We were heading back to the main city of Abilene, and looks like one of these legions. They must have shot us down. They hit our pilot. The Vertibird went down, and luckily I had my power armor on, but the rest of the team didn't make it. But I guess I'll be heading back to the city. Might take me some time. I guess he
can help you in Abilene.
Yeah, he offers. If you guys want to escort me back to the city, I'm sure I can get you a nice little reward back in the city, or you guys can get some opportunities there. Normally, it's closed to civilians, but it looks like you guys are combat ready enough that you can come.
We appreciate that, and we will take you up on that after we've licked our wounds and had a conversation. I don't know how I feel about this big guy over here. He did come to help, which is nice. I think a conversation is going to be had, but let me heal up. Silas and I. Silas, how do you feel about escorting the Brotherhood Knight?
So he's gonna walk over here. He's away up from you. You guys are all coming up together.
I mean, if we get something out of it, then I'm sure the NCR wouldn't mind teaming up with the Brotherhood.
Yeah, well, we'd want to. Being on friendly terms, at least with the Brotherhood, seems like a good idea if we want to talk to possibly the New Austin Rangers as well. That's a good call out. And I see that you serve in the NCR. I did some time with them, but as we've discussed, I'm on the move. You fought very bravely, sir, to address stalking prey. Now that he's regained consciousness, I appreciate you getting in there. I'm going to try and have your back next time. And to the big gray guy, thanks for coming up.
Just grunts in agreement. As he is looking more interested at this man he's been calling Knight Stefan.
He walks over to Knight Stefan.
Oh.
Sure. He definitely wants to escort Knight Stefan. Very cool.
Introduces himself to Knight Stefan.
Well,
Nice,
now
mate.
you've seen. Oh, sorry. Continue.
Yeah, he wants to introduce himself to Knight Stefan as I Slayer. What you do now? Big horse gone.
I guess he he takes his hand and he kind of points it in direction, kind of like a open hand, and points it down in like a direction, like he's gonna charge that direction off the side of the whatever to the left of this big bridge. That's where his. Well, I'll tell you what. I guess if you guys look over, you'll see I cannot pronounce the name of the city. Is it Abilene or Abilene?
Abilene. Mm-hmm.
Abilene. Yeah, we'll say you guys can see Abilene a distance off. It's like onward.
Okay. Slayer, come loot. Shiny. Can we I guess if you want to tell us all the loot after the fact, we can divvy it up.
I'll say the boss is gonna have. We'll say I'll give you. I'll figure it out later. But he'll have some kind of a piece of armor, and he'll have that rifle. And the other ones, they just have some. They're kind of junkish, but you can still pick them up.
In
There's like.
theory, would we be able to loot the crashed vertibird, or would the knight not
Oh,
take
well,
it?
yeah, okay. Yeah, I'll say the Brotherhood guy took the artifact, or what I forget what the name was actually called. I think they call them artifacts. But yeah, they picked up he picked up what he needed, and there's probably some other stuff around.
Okay.
Yeah. Sure.
I would like to at least find possibly some junk. You don't have to tell us what we get now, especially if you want to add stats to any of the special weapons. But there were 4 little guys, right?
Yeah. Their stuff is not super good, but it's
Hey, caps, baby.
usable.
It's all about the caps and any possible looted armor.
Yeah. Why don't each of you roll me a d20 to see what you can find from this crash of vertibird.
I'm not
I got a
allowed to-
10.
I don't think I would loot a vertibird.
Wouldn't loot it.
Yeah,
It's taboo.
it's technology.
Oh, tell you what, that's completely your right to do. That's
Although
good.
I will definitely loot the legionnaires and cut off a few ears.
Okay. Yeah. That's fair. Yeah. Because you Oh yeah. I guess you're not. Yeah, I know. In the game, you could cut out. You could be considered evil. You could maybe turn these in somewhere, or have your own reasons. But you turn these in for a bounty somewhere. If you wanted to do that. Oh yeah. Okay. So it's the first one. You said you got a 10. What did
I rolled
everybody
a
else get?
19.
19.
I got a 6. I don't know if low is good.
Okay. Sorry. Actually, 2d20, not 1d20. 2d20. This is follow 2d20. I'll just roll another one and I'll add them together. So that's the
So
system
I got a
follows.
10 plus an 8. So I got a
18.
35 is my total. 19 and 16.
Got a 18.
Okay. I'll figure this out for you guys later. But you're gonna find some stuff. Yeah, I'll figure it out for you later. Don't need that.
And then we'll have Riley roll too. He was here for the.
Oh yeah, tell you what, somebody else can roll for Riley here.
Let's let Stalking Prey do his roll. Do Riley's roll for him.
Oh yeah, that's good. That's good.
Are we rolling 2 or 1?
Two d20s.
2d20. All right, 14 and a 1.
15. Okay.
Now, with the level up, we all gain 1 HP. You get to add a rank to any of your skills, and you'll be able to take a perk.
Okay, so looks like good session, you guys. Yeah, you guys can talk about it. You guys can talk to each other about what perks you want or level ups. And you can think about it too. Yeah.
I have a question, which is that have I come up with a particularly destructible character concept, or is it just that this is kind of a swingy thing, and if you get shot with a gun, somebody's going to roll a bunch of damage dice? Like,
I mean, I took a bunch of damage too. So
right, yeah, I saw you
yeah.
drop. So, I mean, obviously,
as you get armor, it becomes like that damage resistance helps a whole
Right.
lot with the armor.
wearing a full suit of armor is going to really basically play in. And as you say, if somebody rolls a bunch of 3s and 4s, their
It does
attack
nothing.
does nothing. Versus if somebody rolls a bunch of 2s, that's a
That was
lot.
Yes.
Scary, yeah.
I would say so. Our average encounter might not have somebody like that with a better weapon that attacks twice.
I mean, tactically, that was not really great in our favor. I don't think we would have chosen to attack somebody like that without. I mean, you can obviously plan. Like, we have a sniper in the party, but we weren't starting off with a sniper.
Yeah, we needed to probably. Well, the sniper did lead. He had the highest initiative. Sometimes taking out the little guys first is the correct thing to do. I was just like, heck yeah, I'm going to shoot that guy in the chest too, and I just happened to fail miserably.
Right.
As we get stronger with our perks, we will be hitting harder. There's also perks to make you more evasive. I wouldn't stress too much about it. I'm also a high strength build. I am going to eventually be running in there and punching people with you. I think you'll be okay.
Well,
because we can also, as someone who's going to stand in the front, you and John or Slaya, like we will probably prioritize giving you guys better armor also over us.
Well, I also just want to say, by the way, it also like staying in characters out and doing the less meta is always the better choice, right? Like if you want to try to throw that guy off the edge, it might be a less number. Statistically, it might be harder to do. But that's what you want to do, and that's what your character would do. That they always go for like doing what you think your character would do, or
Well, that's one of the things about this is clearly the rules. Clearly involve, for lack of a better term, meta currency. We're trying to stack successes. Like the rules need that, and like you saw, it was swingy and working both ways, which is what is good. I don't. Yeah, one combat's not really enough to go off anything, I guess, statistically. Again,
Well,
like I said, I don't want to have designed a really bad character and keep struggling with it if it's something.
I would say I don't think you're going to struggle with it. You're also right. One combat is not the end all be all to decide. Right. We will no matter what, even just like lore wise, my guy is experienced enough to know without the metaing that I would give the guy that's going to be in the front the better armor because I'm hard to hit and I'm going to be standing in the back. Once you and Slaya get geared, I would then I would willingly give up any armor drops I get to make sure you guys are covered because that's just who I would be, in general. And then I might I'm gonna take the quick draw perk eventually to ease without using an action to swap my weapon. So there is a world where I shoot at somebody and then swap weapon and punch them in the face or try to chop their arm off as a second attack. Simply due to my high strength and high agility. And Paul can testify to this too. In our last campaign, when I was shooting people, I did some damage. It all adds up, and as your ranks increase, your target number becomes better. So you will just mess somebody up because all you need to roll is a 16 or lower or 17 or lower, depending on what you got going on there.
And you'll be critting a lot too because your
Yes,
ranks.
yeah, 6 or lower will be on the
Got it.
tag. You cap at 6 unless there's some narrative reason or lore reason to give you higher than 6 in your rank.
Got it.
But like, so for Slaya, like he has as a super mutant 11 strength, which means in his unarmed attacks, or whatever tagged melee attack he has, it can just be 17 or lower to hit.
Mhm.
Like he's gonna mess people up. He's gonna be in the front there with you. Like he just wasn't in the fight at the first combat to be a target.
Okay, good. Yeah, I just wanted to make sure I didn't do, the equivalent of, playing the intelligence 12 wizard in D&D.
Yes. No, I personally think you'll be okay, and like we'll get caps from doing things, which will allow us to buy stuff when we go to town. I didn't this time just because I reused my guy. I don't have high intelligence. I think someone in here does have higher intelligence. If they're still playing or not.
And then also,
I mean, I
and
have
like
a
obviously,
stick,
like
that's about it.
the stronger you get, the harder the enemies and stuff you'll fight, and the harder adventure. But also the more satisfying and rewarding in the story too.
Yeah. When we walk into a fight with 6 AP, like you're gonna feel really good about it, though.
Right.
And you guys are all thrown together into some basic encounter, right? So you didn't really have a chance to plan or prep too much. You didn't really know how to fight too much either, right? So this is a learning session.
Yeah. And as long as Riley sticks around, he'll be able to like modify our weapons and stuff too. Like it'll be good.
Okay. Good
Here,
to hear.
I'll end this little recording. But yeah. Thanks for playing, you guys. I
Yeah, of
appreciate it.
course.
You're up.